everybody, to We Geek Podcast. Today is January 30th, 2019. This is episode 161. My name is Adam, joined by my good friend Logan.
Hello.
And how you been, man? How's your week been?
Not too bad. You know, last time we did this was like 4 days ago, so.
Yeah, it was just a few days ago. We're kind of getting back on track now. I was not going to be able to record for the rest of the week because I had a ton of overtime, which is a good thing. Get some money in. But yeah, man, it's been busy. How's the weather where you're at right now? I know like the whole country's frozen.
We're not quite as bad.
Yeah.
The mountains off to the west of me kind of broke the front, at least on our end. But you know, our wind chill's only going to be like 13. So, hey man, there's, you know, I mean, God, Chicago, the wind chill is honestly like negative 42. So
wow.
I'm just gonna count my blessings and bundle up and try not to complain too much, at least.
Oh yeah. Hey, let me ask you, how does my sound? I think I grabbed the wrong headset.
You're all right. You're a little tinnier than usual, but you're okay.
Should I switch real fast?
You can if you want to.
Okay. All right. And we'll be right back in 3, 2, 1. We're back. Sorry about that. Grabbed the wrong headset. That's good, man. I'm glad you guys aren't completely frozen there.
Yeah. It's not. You know, I mean, it's not going to be pleasant, but
Right.
There are places where it's going to be much, much worse.
Oh yeah, I have some friends up in Wisconsin right now, and I'm like, how do you, like, I wouldn't leave my house, like, and they're like, are you supposed to go to work? And they laughed at me. They're like, yes, of course we go to work. I'm like, it's gonna be negative 30.
Yeah, that's like around here. That's kind of why I like living where I do in North Carolina, where like if we get 3 inches of snow, like shut the city down. You know, forget it. Not gonna happen. Whereas even somewhere like, you know, like New York or Boston or, you know, or someplace like Wisconsin, you know, you get 3 feet of snow. You're like, yeah, I think I'm gonna be like 10 minutes late.
Yeah, school might be closed, but that's it.
Yeah, maybe.
Adults don't get the day off in those places. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, and that's why I don't like telling people where I'm from or what I'm doing because of that. I feel so bad. We can't complain. But yeah, man, when I see that, I'm just like, when it gets 50 degrees, I feel like I'm frozen.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine that. I've visited Chicago a few different times, and that's the coldest I've ever been.
Yeah, I believe it.
Just the wind inside of the city, and like you literally get blown off your feet when I was a kid. But that's about it, man. Hats off to you guys out there that hopefully you're warm and you got enough food for the next day or two. Hopefully you don't have to work, but stay warm for real.
Yeah,
Oof.
No kidding.
Yeah. But I've been keeping busy too, man. You know, I went and saw Dragon Ball Z Brawly.
Nice. What'd you think?
It was amazing.
It's something to see one on the big screen.
You have to see this on the big screen.
Yes.
If you are a fan of animation, if you love Dragon Ball, and it's in a theater near you. I know that some of them have dropped out, but
I think it's done now.
Okay, because holy crap, was that amazing?
Yeah, it's because the animation does change as the movie goes on, doesn't it? Yeah.
It 100, yeah, because I remember you saying that, and I was watching, and I was like, and it's good the whole way through, but towards the end, you're just like, I felt like I was at a music festival, and it was just nothing but a light show.
Yeah, it's wild.
I was like, I should have taken Molly before. No, I'm just kidding, but it was ridiculous, and I thought, well, I know that if I were to be epileptic, this would do it.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
This would have done it right here. This is the Porygon episode of Dragon Ball, and it was so good. It was so amazing. I've never seen animation like that before.
Yeah, it's incredible. It really is.
Now, did you watch the whole thing? I remember you said you saw some of it.
I saw bits and pieces. I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw the part that I saw, like the first couple of minutes. Just because I happened to be in there dealing with something else. So I wasn't paying attention to the movie, but that was when I saw like the old animation.
Yeah.
And then later on, I went back in just to see what was happening, and that was the part where it's that fight where it's from Broly's point of view.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, like that would have given me motion sickness. Like
Oh, it was so good.
It's fantastic, but that's part of why,
Yeah.
it's just awesome.
Yeah. Years of watching this kind of show, and it's like, how many different kind of fights can you have?
This was something that I hadn't seen them do before.
Right. It's kind of like wrestling. Like, you have to see something that evolves, something that's not the same match all the time.
Yeah.
And this was definitely a next level thing. Yeah, if you're a fan of anime, and that's my problem with people. Oh my god, I hate that everyone I told this about, they were like, well, I'll just stream it.
Nah, you're missing the point.
I'll go catch it. Yeah, and I'm like, and I think that's not, that's not just an issue with the anime community, but like, I feel like they were like, no, well, I'll just stream it. And I'm like, I get it, because I think that community is so used to it being out in Japan and you have to stream it and that's your only option.
Yeah.
Or that's how it used to be, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, now there's, Crunchyroll and Funimation and God only knows what else. Like, that's not really...
But I think it was just so embedded in that community where that's just the go-to. I felt like I talked to 3 people after watching that, and all 3 of them were like, yeah, I'll just stream it. I'm like, no, you need to do yourself a favor and go see this in the theater. Like,
yeah, I don't understand. I mean, from a financial standpoint, I get people who are like, oh, I saw, where somebody, I saw this online because somebody recorded it. And I mean, being anti-piracy across the board aside, you're doing yourself a disservice by watching a crappy quality recording of a movie to begin with.
Exactly.
That's, I'm supposed, I should be stating on principle, don't steal and all this stuff. My biggest problem with that is that people are watching crappy quality.
Right.
It really is.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, to me, that is really the only thing I'm complaining about, because I'm like, oh, plus support that. So I was like, you gotta see this. Like, and the thing is I have the AMC Movie Pass, and I looked to see how much it was. It was $5 at AMC. It was 5 something.
Because you went on
for noon.
Yeah. Did you go Tuesday?
No. No, I don't think so.
So you got an early, I guess.
It was Saturday.
Okay, damn.
Yeah, it was 5 something, and I looked at it and I thought to myself, should I just pay the $5 and keep my movie ticket, like free movie ticket, to go see like a Glass in Dolby? But I thought, you know what? I'm not going to do that, because even with a movie pass, I'm still like, I gotta go to the theater. I gotta stand in line, and do I want to be there for 2.5 hours or 2 hours? I still have that, like, I'd rather just chill. And then now that I got the PlayStation back, I'm like, I'd rather just play Spider-Man right now. And I told myself, I was like, I know I'm gonna do that in like a day or two, so I might as well just use the pass now. Plus I got points, and that gave me like however much off the popcorn and stuff like that. So
probably another, I think 5 probably.
Yeah. So it was worth it. It was totally awesome. I loved every second of it. Man, if you're a fan of animation and you're a fan of Dragon Ball, even if you're not a fan of Dragon Ball, I don't know. I can't say it's a self-contained story, but if you've never seen Super, you could totally watch this if you're just a fan of the old series.
Yeah, you don't need. That was one thing that I got, was like the only questions that like anybody had that I heard was, somebody asked like, well, I thought his hair was supposed to be gold. Like, that was it. Like, it explained everything else.
Yeah, they in like 2 seconds they kind of catch you up with what happened on Super briefly. And I haven't even seen the last saga on Super, but I understand what they were saying. Like, we just had a tournament. Okay, that was it. They moved on from it.
Yeah.
And yeah, when the hair color, they don't really explain. They just kind of talk about Super Saiyan God and stuff like that. But you don't need to know any of that to know that it's just these guys are going to fight at the end.
Right.
And they totally explain Brawly. They make him an actual character in this, instead of just, I'm the legendary Super Saiyan and I'm going to kill you. Like, it wasn't that at all.
Yeah, his original backstory was like, when he was born, he was in the pod next to Goku, and Goku cried a lot, and that made him mad, and that was the entirety of his backstory.
Yeah. This is totally different. This is
Good.
like an actual character, and you feel for the guy, and yeah, I really liked it. I want to see the next movie. I want to see if they go. I want to see what happens in Super. I hope that they don't do what they did with the first few seasons of Super, where they took the movies and they just made it part of the TV show and they told it in a different way.
Right.
Like, I don't want the next season of Dragon Ball Super to be this exact story told elongated, because that's what this felt like. It felt like a season but crunched into a movie, and that I love that. I was like, okay, we're moving on. We're on to the next thing,
Yeah.
and a lot of the stuff that could have been filler was so good because it was like, oh, this is like origin of Goku, and origin of Vegeta, and origin of Broly all at the same time. So I dug it. I thought it was really good. Yeah, I don't know if you can still see it anymore, but
Yeah.
I plan on I got overtime all this week. Is just a bad week for me because I literally am working from the time I get up till like almost midnight. So I don't know if I'll see anything this week until this weekend, but I want to go see Bumblebee probably this weekend.
Yeah, you should. It's so good.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah,
is.
that's the next one. Yeah, that and Glass. but yeah, man, I've been playing. I've been catching up with Spider-Man.
Nice.
I'm literally doing everything in that game except the main story.
I did. That's exactly how I played it too.
Yeah, oh yeah. I've been playing with my buddy Hass on PlayStation. It's cool to hop in and talk to someone and chill while I play because, man, I kind of miss that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been fun. That, and I've been I updated Forsaken. I updated Destiny to the Forsaken, which was totally confusing.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
because I have Destiny 2 and I have the 2 expansions with it. And when I went to go look at like, okay, how do I get Forsaken? It was like, if you want to purchase Forsaken, you have to get Destiny 2 Forsaken. And I was like, okay, what's included with that? And it's like Destiny 2 plus the 2 expansion packs. And I'm like, well, I have that. Did they just name what I already own Forsaken? And I figured out that it's with that you get Destiny 2, the 2 expansion packs, and the Forsaken expansion pack.
Okay.
It's for people who never owned Destiny 2.
Right. It's basically the Taken King version of Destiny 2.
Exactly, yeah. So I figured that out eventually and upgraded. So I've been leveling through that because I thought I wanted something to just like turn my brain off, talk to someone in a chat, and shoot things and level up and check boxes. So
that's
that.
Destiny.
Oh yeah. And I played hours of Spider-Man. I was like, I need something a little bit different right now. So yeah, I did that. But it's been nice to nerd out again. I wasn't able to for so long. Yeah, but it's been fun, man. Have you now? We talked about the anime. I don't know if you want to talk about it just yet, or if you've seen any, or what we might want to do. But I got us kind of prepped to start some of that. Have you been watching anything, or what have you been up to?
I haven't yet.
Yeah.
Because I all of a sudden found myself with too many video games to play, which is a problem that I haven't had in like 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, I found because I've got Sony rewards, and like I found like, oh, I've got some points that I can redeem for PlayStation Store credit.
Where do you find those? I wonder if I have any.
I have it because I've got a PlayStation credit card.
Oh,
so
I
think that you can do it. You can sign up for it even if you don't have a PlayStation card. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Don't quote me on that, but it's SonyRewards.com. Go and check it out. And it's it's especially worth checking out like if you buy, because I know you buy stuff on the PlayStation Store all the time.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely worth looking into for sure. And movies, because also like any Sony movie, Spider-Man, they did A Dog's Way Home.
Wow.
if you've got ticket stubs, once they're new, because they're like halfway through like redesigning everything, which is great because the old app and especially website were kind of just not great at all.
Okay.
Hang on to your ticket stubs and you can submit them for, I think it's like 200 points a pop.
Oh wow.
And it's basically it's 100 points is $1, basically, is how that works. Like a penny for every point kind of deal. And it's one of those things that like you don't realize, because if it's something that you use and it's stuff that you buy, it's like the same thing with me. It's like, oh, I totally forgot that this was a thing. I wonder how many points I have.
Yeah.
And I had a bunch that I could turn into PlayStation Store cred, and I went to GameStop and traded in Super Mario Odyssey because I haven't played it for like 2 months. And I got to the point where I was like, I played it, I'm done. I am not grinding out all these moons. That's just not gonna happen.
Right? Yeah. No, it's not. That's exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I remember when I got thinking, I was like, I have such aspirations to do all of these moons. Nope, I beat it. No. I'm good.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. So I traded that in and got another prepaid PlayStation card and cashed that in. And so the Destiny, God, you got me thinking Destiny. Shame on you. The Kingdom Hearts all-in-one bundle, which is everything plus 3, cost me like $18. Oh wow! And it's $100. So so you know, I mean, do the math. So that was awesome. So I started playing Kingdom Hearts because I want to go through at least the first 2, if nothing else. Before I get to 3.
Yeah.
And went to the mailbox yesterday, and Gamefly sent me Resident Evil 2. So,
wow.
So that's what I was playing today, and it's awesome.
It's good?
Oh, it's so freaking good. It's, you know, it's the best parts of the later games. So it's basically like they remade 2 like 4.
Okay.
Pretty much. They incorporated some newer mechanics too, because I don't think like the breakable, I forget what they were called. They did them in the Resident Evil remake, the first one, with with like the desperation items or whatever it is they were called.
Okay.
But I remember like in that game they would break. You know, zombie grabs you and it's like, oh, you have this particular kind of knife you can stab them with and get away. But it would break when you used it. These, you stab them and shove them away, and then when you kill them, you go back and pick it up. It wears down after a while, but it's not like a one-use deal.
Yeah.
I think they did that I think that was a mechanic in 7. I never that was one that I never played, but a lot of people were saying, "Oh yeah, they did. They basically took a lot of what was in 7 and put it in this."
Gotcha.
There is one thing, and it's not technically spoilery because it does happen fairly recently. And anybody that's familiar, how familiar are you with Resident Evil 2? I'm assuming very.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So you remember Mr. X, right?
Yes.
Okay. Happens in like the B stories.
Right.
Yeah. No. Not anymore.
Gotcha.
Happens in the A stories. Oh, and one other thing, he doesn't pop up at predetermined times. Once he shows up, he hunts you.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so that's fun.
Yeah.
And it's the same mechanic. You can't kill him. Blah blah blah. Whatever. But he chases you. Like he hunts you down as you're still in the middle of everything else that's going on. You're still, you know, I'm still working on these keys and I've got to find this and I've got to go here. You're still, because I'm still in the precinct, because I'm in the break room and I'm scared to leave because you can hear him. Mm-hmm. That's how you know where he's at, is you hear the big like boom, 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 chasing you. And so I'm just chilling in the break room. I'm just like, go away, please. I don't have any more shotgun shells. Go away.
Yeah, Jesus.
Like, I'm not facing this guy with a pistol, and I knocked his hat off the first time I fight him, so he's probably pissed. So, yeah. But no, it's fantastic. It's so good, and I am really loving it. And when I wind up going back to it and probably having to restart because I'm screwed,
yeah,
it's gonna be great. I actually, the first time I played the first Resident Evil, the first time I almost beat it, I actually couldn't.
Oh, wow.
Because I got to the end with too little ammo.
Damn.
Like, it was actually impossible for me to win at the end. And, it made me so mad.
Jeez.
I feel like I've backed myself into that same kind of corner here. It bums me out.
Yeah.
But
Wait, so you think it's the same in the game that the one you're playing right now? You think it's you think you've backed yourself in the same kind of corner?
Yeah, I think that like I don't know if I can get away from him and run far enough to get to any kind of ammo because like because the other thing is the enemies are kind of bullet spongy.
Yeah.
Like you have to work to put them down, and some of them, and it's a little random. I've had zombies come along and you put one right in their head and that's it. They go down, they stay down. I've had some that I've put 6 or 7 in, same spot in the head, and they get up again. So it varies. I haven't found the magic formula yet, but it forces you to think. It's not because in the original, it was aim high, hit them 3 or 4 times, and it was fine. And of course, the aiming was way different because it was back on the PlayStation. But I love it. It's so good.
Damn, that's awesome. That's cool, man. Yeah, I want to get it. I kind of want to get Kingdom Hearts first, though.
It depends on what you're in the mood for, because Kingdom Hearts will take you a long time.
I'm not in the mood for scary right now.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it sounds frightening.
It's
I'm looking. Yeah,
it's
I'm
great. The ambiance is so ratcheted up from what it was. They've tweaked the maps a little bit, so it's not. That's what's great. It really is like they took the skeleton from the first game, pun mildly intended, and they said, here are the story beats. Here are the locations, but do your thing, and that's what they did. It's not a cookie cutter remake.
Yeah,
things are different, and it's great. It's enough. There's enough similarities so it doesn't feel totally disjointed. Where you could be like, oh, I recognize this. Oh, I know what this is. Okay, this is why this hallway is supposed to creep me out. Right. But there are enough differences where you go, hey, I don't remember getting up here. I don't recognize this storeroom. Oh, that's not supposed to happen right now. Like, that's, I love it.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, man, I want to check it out. That's cool, man. Yeah, I just checked. I guess I have like 1,000 points on that site.
There you go.
On Sony. Do they shipped it to you, the
what?
Codes?
They they email them to you. Yeah.
They emailed them? I had something shipped me.
It says shipped.
Okay.
But if it's a digital thing, like if it's like a $20 PlayStation card or something, give it a few minutes and it'll be in your email.
Oh, okay.
It takes cool. Yeah. It says shipped for everything, even the digital stuff, because it doesn't. Because it does. It says like ships in and delivered in 5 to 7 business days or whatever. Give it 20 minutes. It'll be in your email.
There we go. Heck yeah. It's only 10 points, but $10. But hey, that's $10.
That's something.
$10 is $10. Isn't that a T-shirt?
Probably.
Oh no, $20 is $20. That's the shirt I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Yeah, I gotta check that game out. I'm looking at it, looks creepy, and that's the problem with those kind of games is, I'll get to it. I'm like, nope, no, don't want anxiety right now.
It's great.
Especially big freaking dude running around chasing you.
Oh, it's so good. The best part is what they've done with the lickers.
Okay.
They can't see, obviously.
Right.
So it's not like, oh, you walk down a hallway and like they know you're there. Like there was no, they found you. That was it. You can creep by them if you go very slowly. Otherwise, you're in some deep crap because they are vicious. But it's so good. It's so good.
I gotta see that, man. I gotta play it. Whew. So you said you got Kingdom Hearts, the whatever pack. Have you dived into it at all?
A little into one. I'm only up to the Tarzan level in the first one yet.
Are you just gonna play 1 and then 2 and then 3, or are you gonna go through the whole thing?
It's gonna depend on what kind of mood I'm in when I'm done with 2. Because like my thing is to go 1 and 2 and then see, do I want to jump right into 3 or do I want to go back? and do some of the other stuff. So I'm not entirely sure just yet.
Gotcha. How long do you think it's going to take for you to clear all of those games if you did do it?
Including 3 or not including 3?
Not including 3.
End of February, maybe?
See,
it's going to take me a month.
I think I'm just going to jump into 3.
I mean, you can. Like, that's the thing. Like, you don't...
I saw the... Well, I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay.
But some of the moves you get to do are very Disney, and I'm like, oh, that's dope.
Oh, I've seen, like, because they've shown, like, the theme park rides and stuff as special... Oh, yeah, they've showcased them before, yeah.
I'm like, I don't care what the story is, I just want to do stuff like that.
No, that's... And I mean, here's the thing. You don't have to know every little story beat to do, to enjoy it. And that's what's great.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when I see stuff like that, I'm like, that looks fun.
Yeah.
That looks really fun, and it doesn't really matter what the story is. I want to kind of do it.
No, have you played the first 2?
I played part of the first one.
Okay. Well, I mean, they've got YouTube videos if you're confused, and because I think we've talked about this before, where it's like there are places to go to catch up. So it's don't let the lore get in your way.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's very intimidating. It's very daunting. Everyone, I think it's like it's old news now. Everyone's made fun of how just crazy the story is. It's tired by now.
Yeah.
So, but like, I kind of just want to watch a video on YouTube that catches me up, if that makes sense. Because I've tried to play the first couple. It's just I don't know. It hasn't aged well, I guess. I can totally see why someone playing that when it came out fell in love with it.
Yeah, but no, like I'm like playing through it now. I get the same thing. I'm like, this control scheme was not great. I get it. They did what they could with it, but it's not
right.
It needs it and it was refined some in 2, which was good. And I imagine they've just improved on it further in 3.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is the controls actually feel they feel a lot better on the PlayStation 4 versions than they do on the PlayStation 3. These remake, whatever they're called, it's pretty good.
It's a lot smoother than it was because I mean they came out on PS2 originally.
Right.
It's been...
Well, I guess I said PS3 because I did try. That's where I tried it on.
Well, because they did have like the PS3 versions of the remakes. Yeah, it's been weird, but it's here now. So,
and man, I'm so excited for everyone who is so excited. Like, I haven't seen people this excited for a game in a long time. Like, no one was even this hyped for Red Dead. It seemed like. I know people were hyped for Red Dead, but like I've just seen people just in Facebook groups just gushing, just like, I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah, it's more, with Red Dead it was more like, yay, great, the first game was awesome, so we figured this game's going to be awesome, so we're excited for it that way. Kingdom Hearts 3 is like, we've been waiting 13 years for this freaking game.
It felt like I guess when I did when Star Wars came out.
Yeah, probably.
When JJ brought it back, or even for the prequels, I was fucking hyped, especially for like the episode 3. It was like, this is the last one. I think that's how people feel. It's like this thing that I've loved for so long has been gone for so long, and now it's back, and I'm excited for them. I wish I had that feeling for it, because I see it at a distance, and I'm like, hey, Donald Duck, a bunch of crazy Disney rides, that sounds fun as hell. And I don't want the story to kind of like get in the way of that, and I don't think it will. I think like, go kill the Heartless. That's all I got to focus on in the game.
Yeah, I don't think that it's not a game where you necessarily have to understand why you're doing what you're doing.
No, I want to have a silly time in Disney stories, so that I think that's exactly what I'm going to do.
And I think that's what you'll get.
Right,
sure.
right. Exactly. So I'm pumped for it. I almost got it today, but I really can't. I gotta wait a week. Priorities,
Yeah.
But and I've been watching like some of the quick looks and stuff like that, and I'm like, that looks fun.
Yeah,
They're in Andy's room. That looks awesome.
yeah, I'm trying to stay away from everything. Like, I'm gonna wind up.
Oh, I bet.
I think this week I see one of the guys at work who got it.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna ask him one question. I'm just gonna say, look, I just want to know one thing, yes or no. Is it awesome?
Yeah.
To which he's gonna say, fuck yes it is, and I'm gonna say, awesome. And that's gonna be the end of that conversation.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then when we're 46, we'll be able to talk about Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah, right, no kidding.
And all the ones in between, the ones with equations and fractions as their titles. But man, I'm excited. I'm excited for people, and I want to get into it. I want to dive into it and enjoy it. Man, the next one will probably have like Star Wars and Marvel.
Well, here's the thing. It's done.
What do you mean?
Like, this story is over.
Oh, I don't know.
Like,
I have no idea.
Like,
I don't
from
know if this is the
like
end.
this is as far as
Is that how they're booking it? Like, this is the end?
that's kind of what it's been done as. It's like, no.
Oh, what if they reboot it?
They could. Like,
See, that's how you do it. That's how you, like, okay, let's bring it back and let's do like a reboot and let's keep it very simple with the titles.
Yeah.
So we don't confuse people and alienate everybody. That's how you do it, because now you have so many toys to play with.
Yeah.
Now you have a ton of toys. I don't even know if you stick with the Final Fantasies. I guess you do, because Square Enix makes it.
Yeah, and I mean, you could, I mean, that's definitely workable.
Yeah. And you know what I would no.
Oh no, here we go.
No, this wouldn't be, because I was like, what other franchises would I like to mix up if it wasn't Final Fantasy? I think Persona would be a great choice.
Yeah, I think that's
Persona universe.
Yeah, that's character enough. You could do that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I could totally see. You know what I would love if the people who make Persona made an X-Men game.
Ooh, that's an interesting idea.
And it was just about a school, and you're a school kid, but you're a school of mutants.
Yeah.
And that would be awesome.
No, that would have. Yeah, that could totally work.
Yeah. But anyway. Man, I want to play some video games. I'm excited to talk about it again, because I was just so long without, like, I read comics this week. That was really it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to, and it's the right time of year too, because now everything is dropping.
Oh my god, like everything comes out next week. It's insane. Or was it 2 weeks or whenever it is? Like everything drops like the first half of February.
Yeah, it
So
really
is it Crackdown and Anthem, and I think there's at least one other game.
Yeah, isn't there? What's the one like Destiny and Anthem? And I'm kind of getting burned out on these games as services.
Well, because I know Anthem is like Destiny.
Right. Did you play any of the demo?
No, I didn't. I'm not excited about this. Like I've played Destiny. I'm not like watching the gameplay and everything. I'm just not jazzed for Anthem.
I am not jazzed either, and I did play the demo. So I got my hands on one of those codes.
Nice.
And it was just boring.
Yeah, I can see that.
And the saving grace of Destiny is it feels awesome.
Yeah, Anthem doesn't really look. It doesn't look like when you play you feel like a powerful character, like you.
No, it's third person, over the shoulder third person. The controls are weird. And I figured it out after a little bit. I was like, okay, I get what we're doing here. But what are we doing here?
Right. No, I get that.
Where Destiny, there was no story because it was last minute, but it felt amazing on your hands when you were shooting.
Yeah.
It doesn't get better than Bungie. And it was fun, and it did not feel fun. It was hard to see enemies. I didn't know what we were doing half the time, except if it was just go here, shoot things, they drop stuff, go to the next place, shoot these guys, they drop stuff. So I know I'm kind of describing Destiny, but at least Destiny felt good while you're doing it. Where this, it was like, okay, what are we doing? And I like, me and my buddy got done playing Haas, and like, what? Is this what's going to bring people back? Because a lot of people have kind of dipped because Destiny 2, for a lot of people, it wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't what they expected, and it was a little too late. Even though I hear they've done great things with this with Forsaken in the expansion packs, but I think it was a little too late for them. That they are excited for Anthem. They are excited for Division 2. I'm kind of like, nah. Like, I love to hang out. I was like, I hope you guys come back and you guys are in a chat and doing a lot of that stuff. But for me, like, I'll play some Kingdom Hearts or something.
Yeah.
And chat with you guys. I'll catch some Pokemon. But those games I'm just not excited for. Give me some more Destiny, but we probably won't get that for a while now because of, what's happening with them. I'm sure Bungie's working on Destiny 3 actually now.
I'd imagine they'd almost have to be by this point.
Yeah. But yeah, man, we got a lot of games next month. I think like Crackdown 3 comes out on Xbox and Windows.
Yep.
We got Jump Force, that fighting game.
Oh god, that's right. That does come out too. Yeah, that was another beta I missed because it was like timed and they had windows, and I was just like, I missed them all.
Oh yeah. Got a few other random ones. Far Cry New Dawn. It's pretty big.
God, that's right. Yeah, that too.
February 15th. But we got some other ones like Ace Combat.
No, Ace is out. Ace came out.
Oh, it did come out.
Ace was out like a week ago, I think.
Oh wow, they must have jumped in. I'm looking at the list here.
Yeah, it came out.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Some Dirt Rally. Oh shit, Toe Jam and Earl coming out in March. Look at that. Dead or Alive 6.
Yep, get a new Toe Jam and Earl.
Total War, 3 Kingdom, Devil May Cry 5, Kirby's Epic Yarn, which I think is 3DS.
The Kirby.
Yeah, Tom Clancy Division 2 is in March.
Yeah.
And man, I couldn't. That was one game I felt like I just straight up wasted money on.
Yeah, that was one reason I was really glad for GameFly, because like and I know it was one where it was not good at the start, and then they went in and fixed a bunch of stuff, and I went back into it, and I still didn't like it. Like,
yeah, that's same here. Yeah, when my buddies were like, "Hey, we heard like they did great. You just gotta get the expansion pack." I was like, "Oh no, don't tell me that. I'm not gonna pay another $40 to be bored." The setting just didn't throw me at all. I was like, "This is just a depressing New York."
No, and as much as I love to give Ubisoft credit for stuff, I have to knock them for like the multiplayer presentations, because the people they have playing like don't talk. Like if I played with people that talked like that, I would stop playing.
Right.
Like, I honestly would. I'm sorry.
Right, they're a little too serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but hey, that's the thing. Maybe these games just are not for us.
Yeah. No,
that's totally okay.
Absolutely. No, if that's your thing, go for it. Like, I'm happy you found something that makes you happy.
And that's what I'm saying, man. I hope some of my friends who have dipped out do get back into those games, because it's cool to get them back in a chat and chill. But man, yeah, I don't know. I'm waiting for I don't know. Then this thing is, there's a million awesome games coming out this year, but I do kind of want one that feels a little bit more like Destiny. But they keep swinging and missing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man, dude. Yeah, the next few months we got. Then right after that in April, we got Mortal Kombat.
Now you're talking.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shovel Knight Showdown. Damn, what's that?
It's not a sequel, I don't think. I think it's another. It's not. No, I don't know. Is it not? It's not another port, because there's nowhere left to port it to.
It's a fighting game with Shovel Knight characters.
Okay, well, you have my attention.
Oh my god! Hold on a second. There's a.
What's it for?
Well, it just takes me to Shovel Knight, the game, when I click on it. Shovel Knight Showdown. Hold on a second. 10 minutes of exclusive gameplay. I imagine it's like the Switch, PC, PlayStation. Shovel Knight's on everything.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, what's,
I'm waiting for it to load here. But
Can
we'll get some gameplay.
can anybody play it on like the little visual bar on the new Macs like they can with Doom? I'll never forget, man.
Right.
When that
Oh,
came
yeah.
out, like that was the first thing that somebody did was like, I've hacked this so you can play Doom on it. And I'm like, that's because that's
Right.
the oldest video game joke ever, is that you can play Doom on literally anything.
Exactly.
And I mean anything. I've seen Doom ports where I'm just like, why?
Right.
And the answer is always the same, because why not?
Exactly.
Which
Why
is a
not?
fair point.
It was there. It was there. Yeah. Basically, it looks like Shovel Knight's animation, Shovel Knight's like straight up 2D gameplay, but it is Smash Bros with Shovel Knight characters.
Okay, so they're trying to do what PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale could not do.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, which
Now,
is
if
be
this is-
another Smash. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if they release this as like a $10 game or 20 or something like that, I could totally see that selling.
Like that's. I hope that's all it is, really.
Yeah. But yeah, so we got a ton of games coming out early this year.
Yeah, they front loaded the year because everybody's going to the movies during the summer.
Right. Oh yeah. So that's cool. We got some stuff to look forward to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, what's happening at the box office?
Glass had a decent week. It was an okay box office week for being, end of January.
Right.
There have been worse.
Mm-hmm.
Glass did not quite 19. Not been doing quite as well as I think they expected it to.
Mm-hmm.
But decent-ish. The Upside, about 12 million, puts it at just shy of 63. Aquaman made another 7.25. It's now worldwide the highest grossing DC film
Oh wow.
ever.
That's
So,
great.
hey, good. Yeah, hey, you know what? I'm all for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It just edged out The Kid Who Would Be King, which lets you know how bad that opened.
Yeah.
Just a little over 7. And then Spider-Verse, a little over 6.
Yeah. Damn. Spider-Verse just creeping along.
It just keeps on keeping on. They leave it in theaters and it's still making money. So
Yep.
I mean, I've seen so much come and go, and Spider-Verse is still there. So,
Oh yeah. Yeah. I want to catch that before it leaves the theater again.
yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Oh yeah.
And the only thing that comes out this week is Miss Bala.
Yeah.
Which I know very little about, but I know enough to not really be interested.
Yeah.
Just okay, it's a thing, whatever. It'll have an audience, but it's not gonna do well.
Yeah.
But week after that we get Lego Movie 2, so
There we go.
along with some other stuff that nobody's gonna go see because everybody's gonna go see Lego Movie Part 2.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
Let's see here.
yeah, so it's still kind of slow, kind of uneventful so far. But
Yeah.
that's gonna change here in a couple weeks.
Oh yeah.
Because then I think it's just like 2 weeks after that we get How to Train Your Dragon 3, and then 2 weeks after that we get Captain Marvel. So we're off to the races.
There we go. Yeah, I'm excited for that. It's gonna be so much fun.
It's gonna be a blast. I can't wait.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm pumped. I don't know if I should. I kind of want to read some Captain Marvel comics before I go see that.
I don't know if you I don't know if you need to, because
I don't think you need to.
yeah. What I mean, I don't know how much extra you're gonna get from the movie having read the comics beforehand. Let me put it that way.
That's true. I have to imagine a lot of the Kelly Sue DeConnick stuff is in there, though.
I hope so.
Yeah. I think she's jumping off those books soon. I'm pretty sure she is.
Well, because didn't they, haven't they, restarted the line again? Didn't they just do another #1?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. I do want to read some of those comics, though. But yeah. I don't All right, what else we got? I heard some crazy movie news this week.
We got some. This is a strange week. This is a very strange week.
Yeah.
We saw that WB Animation, who does the Lego movies and stuff. So right there, they've done good work. They are moving forward with a Funko movie.
Okay.
And they're going to have all kinds of characters in it. Because Funko covers everything.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting.
Kind of like the Lego movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're going to have not only WB characters, apparently they're going to have Marvel characters in there as well.
And Star Wars.
And Star Wars.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Crazy. Like they're gonna have some of whatever they want, because it's gonna be kind of bizarre, but I'm hopeful, like bizarre in a fun way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean that's awesome. I'm excited. More stuff like that. Funko Pops aren't really my thing, but like I think that's cool to see all those different characters.
I love Funko Pops. I'd have a house full of Funko Pops if I could.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that was the problem. Yeah. I had way too many, and then I was like, this is too much.
Yeah. No, I get that. Trust me.
I find them sometimes. Like I'll open up a drawer and I'm like, oh look, it's Vegeta. What are you doing back here? The only one I can find right now is a Thanos one. That was the last one I got.
Yeah.
Because it just looked too cool. I was like, I gotta get that one.
Did you? The Amazon has a listing for one that Funko's actually doing. It's John Cena.
Yes, I saw that.
And it's clear.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Have you? Okay, I don't understand this meme. I just assume kids started it because I think they start every meme.
Sure.
Have you seen this Shaggy thing?
I am trying really hard to stay away from that.
I don't understand it, but apparently, and petitions never work. Just FYI.
Right? They're just
But who knows? Maybe it gets the attention of Ed Boon, who seems to be he loves memes and stuff like that as well. I don't see them putting Shaggy in the new Mortal Kombat, but that's the only reason I bring it up because I thought, well, that would be interesting, but would a company as big as they are go, you know what? We're going to put Shaggy in here because of a meme on the internet. I think that would be crazy and nuts, and I think Ed Boon would probably be the only person to do that.
Here's the thing. Ed Boon would look at that and is probably thinking, that's a hilarious idea.
Yeah.
But it's also just completely like this. There are more reasons to not do it than there are to actually do it.
I only think the reason you can't do it is if who owns it, Hanna-Barbera, would say no.
Yeah, but DC owns Hanna-Barbera. Warner Brothers.
I know Warner Brothers owns them.
Yes.
But I think I should say Warner Brothers then, I guess.
Yep. Because
I think Warner Brothers would say no.
Warner Brothers also owns NetherRealm Studios.
I know they own all of it, and yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of like I think Disney would tell Marvel you can't put Luke Skywalker in the Wolverine comic. Does that make sense?
Fair enough. I get you.
Like I think it would come from up high. That's what I meant because I thought Hanna-Barbera was its own little thing under Warner Brothers, kind of like how NetherRealm is. But you're right. I think one of the brothers would reach down and say no.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah, I think they would reach down and go, nope, that is he's a cartoon character for more children, and we can't have him being decapitated.
Right.
And that's the funny thing is apparently they pulled a lot of those books from DC. Speaking of this, because they didn't realize what they were doing. They just let DC go crazy with those books.
Oh, like the Scooby Apocalypse and that kind of stuff?
Oh, yeah. Wow. Apparently they pulled all of they're like, no, we can't do this anymore. I guess they saw what they were doing, and they're like, what? And, now, I could be wrong. This is what I heard on like a comic book podcast. But I imagine there's just a lot of hoops that he would have to go through. I think it'd be hilarious. I think if they did that, because they've had, xenomorphs in there. They've had all these crazy, horror type of characters in there.
Exactly, and that's the kicker though. Is like these are not characters that are averse to brutalities and bloodshed and whatnot.
Scooby-Doo kind of is a scary, like there's a string that I think they could do it. It'd be hilarious. But at the same time, I don't ever see that happening.
Here's the thing, like, scary is one thing, but, like, Mortal Kombat isn't designed to be scary. It's designed to be just brutal
fun.
And violent and disgusting and fun.
Right. And that's why I think there's a crack in that door that they could push open, I think, if they wanted to. But I honestly think Warner Brothers would be like, nope.
No, that's I just think that's a bad idea.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Just let me ask you, who would you put if you were given the reins? What 4 characters would you put in Mortal Kombat 11 as like fun whatever characters?
Ooh, my 4 DLC picks. That's an interesting choice. I don't know offhand. They should have teamed up with Post Malone to put a song in the game, because I think that would be fun if he was in the game. I just want him to make a new Def Jam game. Like
that's what I mean. Yeah. You put a couple SoundCloud rappers in there, 21 Savage, who did the song for the trailer, and Post Malone, have them as a DLC pack or as a free thing, and see how many people play with them, because that would be fun, and that could be your little gateway to go, guess what? Next year, then you have 3 games. You know what I mean? You have Mortal Kombat, Injustice, and then you have like a fighting game with rappers again.
Yeah, you've got Def Jam World or whatever the third one was supposed to be.
Right. There was always call it whatever. It doesn't have to be Def Jam, but yes, that.
I think you need the Def Jam branding. I do. Yeah, I think it helps. So I'll put it that way. I think it helps.
But then I want it to be way more of a bigger scope than just Def Jam Records, though.
That's fair. I think there's a way that you can still do that, though. I think you can. I think you can just. You can have everybody agree that, like, look, it's your likeness and this and that, and work out the deals with the labels, but still, have put Def Jam on it, because I think that's what would get people like really riled up. Like you could just decide, oh, we're doing this thing that's basically this, but it's got a different name. But I think if you just say, Def Jam 3, like, that's gonna turn some heads.
Oh yeah. Get Ariana Grande in there with her big hair, whipping people. just random musicians like that. I think that'd be awesome. Like, imagine a game like that where somehow they got the okay to get a lot of these newer people's likenesses, and then, man, you throw everyone off at the end and you put like Elton John or someone in the game. You just go crazy.
I tell you what, man, I think he'd be down.
He'd be awesome. Yeah, he totally would. I see. That'd be fun. I don't know. That's what you do. That's how you get some. That's how you slide in some Mortal Kombat characters. Because I know those 2 characters, 21 Savage and Post Malone, would totally be down for that.
Yeah.
But like movie characters, I don't know, man. I think they've kind of done most of they've hit all the big horror guys, except for like maybe Jigsaw.
Yeah, but I don't like Jigsaw's not a fighter though.
No, I mean like the little doll. Like you can make the. I don't know what you do.
Nah, that doesn't work.
Well, yeah. What do you do? I mean, they don't have the Scream guy in there, I guess.
That's one that I think you could work though. Yeah. He's just a melee fighter with knives, basically.
Right, and then you just have like 2 of them. It'd be like Noob and Smoke.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, like that could totally work. It's
you
not.
Do it.
I would like to see Pennywise. I think that could. I think that could definitely.
That's
work.
it. Yeah. What am I saying? I'm such a noob. I called him it.
Well, I mean, it depends on. I mean, that is technically the name for it.
You could do Chucky.
I mean, you could. I'm just, the size is a factor when it comes to fighting games when you've got that much discrepancy.
That's true.
That's
I don't know.
That's where that becomes an issue. I don't know. Did they've had Predator, right?
They've had Predator. You do the Ring Girl.
Do what?
Hell, put Joker in there.
I don't know if you want to cross over DC Comics properties where there are fatalities.
And see, that's the thing. That's the same thing with Shaggy. That's why they could never do that. Man, that's how. Oh man, you do the next game as a Marvel versus DC, just like they did before. I wonder if people would be down for that. Like if the new Injustice game was Marvel versus DC. I mean, not Marvel. I'm sorry, DC versus Injustice. Jesus Christ.
Mortal Kombat versus
Injustice
DC.
versus
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
I don't know. Could work.
Yeah. Oh, you could get Ripley from Alien in it.
That one could work.
Yeah. That would kind of be cool. Because they've done all the big ones. They've done Freddy. They've done Jason. They've done Michael Myers.
Yeah.
They've done Leatherface. Yeah, you can't really. Then you start getting to obscure.
Yeah, you start. You do tend to skew a little towards like, oh, nobody's ever really heard of this thing before.
Maybe The Nun, I guess.
Yeah, even still.
It's still obscure. Yeah.
It's not really fighting game material per se.
Right. Yeah. It's so silly. I love it though. I'm excited for that game to come out.
Yeah.
It's so dumb and immature, but whatever. Oh man, we're talking about Kingdom Hearts and Mortal Kombat. It's all fun.
There you go.
I like them. I want to play both of them for the exact same reason. I just want a ridiculous fun time.
On two completely different ends of the spectrum.
Exactly. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah. All right. So what else we got here? Okay. Yep. So so tell me about the Invisible Man.
Yeah, Universal has done the smart thing and said, you know what, the whole Dark Universe idea is dead. It's gone. It's not coming back. They're just gonna do, at least for the time being, standalone, like, spin-off monster movies the way they should have done in the damn first place.
Exactly. And if maybe 5 years from now you got a few under your belt and you're like, hey, we can tie these together, then do it.
Yeah, exactly.
But let these stand on their own first.
Yeah. And it looks like they're going to start that with Invisible Man. It's going to be written and directed by Lee Whannell, I'm going to go with, who did Upgrade.
Yeah, I hear that's great.
It was good. I really liked it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But so
that's
I'm
cool.
like I'm cautiously optimistic now for that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really about the best I can do for it.
Okay.
Because, I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. That was one that Johnny Depp had been attached to for a while, but that was a couple of years back now, and I don't think he's still part of that anymore.
Right.
Which is, fine by me.
Mm-hmm.
So, be interesting to see where that goes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. We got some Army of the Dead news. Now, there you go. You could put Ash in there.
He was in one, wasn't he?
Maybe. Was he?
I want to say I think he was.
Let's see. Ash.
I think so. Either that or like they teased him for it or something. There was a petition. I know there have been petitions, but I really
I see some like fake trailers.
Yeah. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's kind of a bummer if he wasn't. But yeah, because like that would work. That would totally work.
Oh yeah, that would totally work.
But this is actually not going to have anything to do with that series.
Yeah.
This is Zack Snyder is doing this for Netflix. Joby Harold, who wrote the script for the Flashpoint movie that they're apparently still working on somewhere, is writing the script for this. The premise of the movie is apparently it's a heist movie set in Vegas during a zombie outbreak.
Okay.
Now, I gotta be honest with you, that's not the worst idea I've ever heard.
No, it's new. It's somewhat.
Yeah, it's something that if you gave it a budget could potentially be fairly interesting, really.
And that could be really fun. I can see a lot of slow motion scenes, a lot of music.
That's my problem. I'm just not. I'm so over slow motion.
But I love Zack Snyder does a great job with that stuff when it's not DC characters.
Yeah, no, that's not true because you're forgetting Sucker Punch.
See, I never saw Sucker Punch.
Consider yourself lucky. If you had, you would be seeing things my way. I promise you.
It's funny you say that. I've heard someone tell me that everyone hates Sucker Punch.
Yes.
But they looked at me and they said, Adam, I love it. I think you'd love it too. I'm wondering if they're right. Because they said, they were like, literally everyone's going to tell you they hate this movie.
I don't know, man. You're weird. You might.
I am very weird.
I don't know.
I like weird stuff.
Here's the thing. Sucker Punch would have made a would have made a halfway decent video game.
Yeah.
The problem was they said, let's make that a movie. And that doesn't work.
I just don't like boring stuff.
There's so much slow motion in it, though. Imagine everything that's wrong with the DC movies, and that's always been my problem, is that everything that I felt was wrong with DC films were the Snyderisms. The problem with Sucker Punch is it's completely his, and it is totally his.
Well, see, that's the weird thing is I loved the Snyderisms in Watchmen.
In Watchmen, I agree because they're not cranked up to 15.
Gotcha.
That's what Sucker Punch is.
Okay.
Sucker Punch is all of. Give it a try and tell me what you think.
Yeah.
Because I'm genuinely curious to know if you'd like it or not.
Yeah, me too.
If you can make it through the first half of it, then hats off to you. But no.
My friend straight up, he's like, everyone's gonna tell you this sucks.
Yeah.
But he's like, I had a great time, and I think you might too. And I was like, you know what? That's intriguing. I was like, because I first saw the trailer and stuff, and I was like, nah, that's not for me. But the more people tell me it sucks, I'm like, I gotta see this. I gotta see this dumpster fire.
Because it is. It's Zack Snyder completely left to his own devices.
Yeah.
And that to me is why it's just horrible.
Yeah. Well, hey, but the thing is, it's Netflix. This is something you can afford to be like, hey, let's see if it's a waste of time or not.
And that's Netflix. That's, there's clearly a market for Zack Snyder because people who don't understand that he was what made the DC movies bad for a large part.
Just look at the petitions of the people who are like, we want to see the Zack Snyder cut. And
yeah, no, you don't.
People, like, his daughter died. Like, there's no Zack Snyder cut. Like, let's leave the man alone.
Yeah.
At this point, like, he had just a travesty happen to him. Stop pressuring him to put out something that doesn't exist. Like, good Lord, I don't understand that.
Because people think that these are the people who watch the director's cut version of Watchmen and play with themselves. Like, that's I'm serious, because those are the only people who actually really want a Zack Snyder version of Justice League, because they think that the director changeover is what the problem was, and that's not it at all. The director changeover made it better, in my opinion, which tells me just how awful it must have been the first go around.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
People's demands. But hey, yeah, Netflix. I'm excited for anything someone tells me they put on Netflix. It's like, okay, I can give that a chance. Did you see the zombie show that they put on there right now?
No, what is it?
It is a Korean show.
Oh, was this the Korean zombie reference that they made during NXT?
Did they make a Korean?
I
don't know.
Morrow did, I think. Yeah, I think he.
What did he say?
He made it something about a Korean zombie, which I'm guessing is.
Yeah, there's a show. I think it's called Kingdom.
Okay.
And this is like, if you love Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead, Netflix zombie period piece Kingdom does them one better.
Okay, well.
So it's the zombies cultural moment, blah 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 blah. Hold on, I'm sorry. This is a bad article to get the what it's about. Hold on. Yeah, okay. Let me just read it straight from Netflix.
Okay.
Here we go. No, that's the Prince Chang and Moo Young arrive in, I'm not going to pronounce it, I'm so sorry because I will butcher it, where they make a horrific discovery. The story of what they saw eerily resonates with Prince Chang. So it's a period piece. So it's a long time ago, and it's zombies.
Okay.
And I think it's Korean, so I think it's in Korea. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this.
Gotcha.
Hold on a second.
I won't.
Yeah, it doesn't say where it's at. Yeah, set in Korea. There we go. Set in Korea's medieval Joseon period.
Okay, sure. Why not?
So, hey, that's something a little bit different. It's not just like zombies running over blank city in America in 2015.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And when I saw like the trailer for it, I was like, I've seen this before. the way they do the camera movements and stuff like that. It reminds me of wasn't there a Korean zombie movie that came out not too long ago?
Yeah, there was, and I can't remember what it was
It
called.
was on a train.
Yeah. Because it's on Netflix too. It wasn't for Netflix, I don't think, but
Gotcha.
Train to it was something. Train to Busan, I think.
That's it. Okay. Yeah, it felt like I'm wondering if the same people did it.
Might have.
The way they were doing the action scenes with the camera was stuck on something, and then they would move it on that item, and the item would move. Like, it's hard to explain, but like you'd see the zombie's face. It reminded me of that.
Okay.
But anyway,
Well, you're right. It does at least sound different. I'll give it that.
Yeah, it sounds very different. But where were we?
We were gonna talk about Zombieland 2, poetically enough. It's zombies and crossover week here on We Geek Podcast.
Yes.
They showed so Sony had a little fun with the 10-year challenge since it's been 10 years. They put up the poster for the original Zombieland and used that as a way to drop the poster for the second one. Everybody looks a little older, and that's pretty much the only difference. And it's called Double Tap. It's called Zombieland Double Tap. So,
oh, okay.
You know, cool, fine, whatever.
Oh, you know what? Man, I'm such an idiot. That zombie train is Train to Busan. Completely different people.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's done the same way by completely different people who had nothing to do with this thing.
Jesus. It just reminded me. I'm just going to stop talking. Oh my god. Anyway, all right. Back to more zombie stuff.
Yeah.
Detective Pikachu, speaking of zombies.
Other things that haven't come out yet. Yeah, they're already working on a second one because of course they are. And it's being written by Oren Uziel, who did the 22 Jump Street script. So that's not terrible.
No.
Could be worse.
Yeah. Let's see here. When he did 21 Jump Street?
22 Jump Street.
22 Jump Street. Gotcha.
He did some other stuff too that I can't remember off the top of my
Mortal
head.
Kombat.
Which one?
He's writing apparently the new Mortal Kombat, it says.
Oh, the one
screenplay announced. He worked on also Mortal Kombat Legacy.
Okay, so he did the Machinima series.
Right, but he's attached to whatever the new Mortal Kombat movie is.
Yeah, because that actually did really well, and they said, hey, what if we just got that crew to do the new thing?
Some more bad news, though. He wrote the Cloverfield Paradox.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's necessarily terrible news. There's some interesting ideas there.
There is. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing that I saw as he's doing the Sonic movie, yeah.
Well, yet to be seen.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I think that movie's gonna have legs.
Yeah, very awkward legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, what else we got here? Let's see. We got The Grudge.
Yeah, Sony. I think it's Sony who's putting this out. Pushed it from this year to next year. It was gonna come out in June. It's gonna come out next January.
Is it like a remake?
It's a reboot. Yeah.
Okay.
Because, that's what the world needs more of.
Yeah, just put her in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Yeah, never was a fan of The Grudge.
Nah, it's an interesting, haunting kind of idea, but not much beyond that, really.
If you told me it starred Sarah Michelle Gellar, I would have called you a liar.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because I had no idea.
Yeah. God, I forgot all about that.
Yep.
Of course, I forgot pretty much everything about The Grudge, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm still waiting, because I don't think they've translated it yet. I don't think there's a dubbed version. I'm waiting on the English version of The Ring versus The Grudge.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Did you see that Oscar Isaac is possibly going to be in Dune?
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's in every sci-fi franchise.
Yeah. Well, he's in every sci-fi anything right now, really.
Oh yeah. Didn't the Black Panther cast just win a big thing?
Screen Actors Guild Award, yeah.
Which is huge.
Yeah, and it's a big shot in the arm for the Oscars too.
You know what someone told me this over the weekend, and it reminded me of you?
What?
If Crash can win, so can Black Panther.
Man, I'm telling you. Have you seen like everybody that's been putting out recently, like their, like, because I think Collider did one that I saw, where it was like, you know, a ranking of all the Best Picture winners.
Yeah.
And Crash was like bottom 5.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
Because absolutely it is. It deserves to be. It's a terrible movie.
Oh yeah. Well, someone was like, "There's no way they're gonna give it to." Believe me, everyone I know loves Black Panther. I think it should win. I would love for it to win. But they were like, realistically, the way the Oscars work, they're not gonna give it to a movie like that. And then he was like, "No, if Crash can win, the Black Panther can fucking win."
Yeah.
And I thought, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and then he was like, "Well, Disney owns AMC or ABC, and that's what." So they got in conspiracy theory zone. But I don't know, and I would love to see I would love to see Black Panther win that.
I need to see what other. Hang on, give me a minute, because I want to see what year. When did Crash win for?
I mean, Shakespeare in Love won.
Yeah, but I want to find. All right, it was what 2004. So give me.
Black Panther's better than Shakespeare in Love.
You'll get no argument out of me, man. You'll get no argument out of me.
Yeah.
All right, it was Academy Award for Best Picture 2006. And it's not just going to give me a list of what films were nominated, so bear with me a couple of minutes here, and I will have what else, because I want to know, like, what else it came up against, because I genuinely can't remember.
Wait, you said Crash?
Yeah. It was 2000, because it came out technically in, like, 2004. So I'm looking for the award ceremony that took place in 2000 and... I think it's 2006. I think it actually won 2006, which is weird.
Yeah, 2006.
Yeah. But I can't for the life. This is such a pain in the ass.
Here, I can find it for you.
Yeah, because I am just trying to find a list of Best Picture nominees for that year.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, no. That's 2006. 2005. Okay. So, Crash beat Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, well, there you go. That was a travesty right there.
Munich.
Eh.
Good Night and Good Luck, and Capote.
Capote. Oh, that's right. It beat Capote. That was the big, like, oh my God, you're kidding me. Because that was Philip Seymour Hoffman at arguably his absolute best ever.
Oh, yeah.
And that, God, yeah, it beat Brokeback Mountain and Capote. That's right.
Yeah.
And that was the year that, like, everything went to hell. Like, that was when it started.
Yeah. How do you not put Star Wars Episode 3 in that list?
Easily.
I'm kidding.
I'll guarantee you I'll bet it won the Razzie that year for Worst Picture.
Right. It should have won for Best Makeup.
I'll give you that, man. Like, even as much as I very much do not like the prequels, you can't argue, the technical and makeup and that kind of stuff.
Episode 3 is fantastic.
You
were the chosen one. No one's quoting Crash in 2019.
At least not that they're aware of, anyway.
No. You were the chosen one. They said you'd bring them. I'm not going to do it. I have the higher ground. See, it's so good. I love that movie. I don't care what people say. It's so good. It was on TNT a few days ago.
Of course it was.
Yep. My buddy sent me a video. He's like, "Yo, Yoda's kicking ass." He's like, "I was supposed to leave like an hour ago. I can't stop watching." I was like, "Yep, that's my problem too." Oh man, I need to watch the prequels again. I've come around. I've completely come around.
I'm glad that I have not.
Yeah, I love them. Man, episode 2 is a little, but the music from episode 2 is great. That
But
the love theme.
to me, yeah, I mean, fair.
Yeah, you fall in love and you play that, and it's great. No, I'm just kidding, but I do like the song though. It's good soundtrack. If nothing else, the music from Star Wars, the prequel movies, are fantastic.
That's true. Well, I mean, come on, it's
Yeah,
I mean, it's
John
John Williams. You can't, you really can't go wrong.
Oh yeah, but for whatever reason, that love theme really stuck out to me. For what I don't know why, but I just loved that from episode 2. And then the first one, of course, you got the Duel of Fates, and it's so good. But anyway, sorry, just need to take this into Star Wars territory. But yeah, man, the Oscars. Black Panther should win, man. We should all lend our energy, like Goku. Let's give it all to Ryan.
Look, man, I would be it won't, but I would be thrilled if it did.
It would, yeah, man.
Like it would scare the hell out of people.
Oh man, I hope.
It would. So many people would love it, but oh my god, the shockwave would be phenomenal. I would love to see it just for that, just to watch the industry clench. It would be great.
Yes, that would be a huge moment. Not even for the industry, but culturally. I think that would be awesome.
I agree, and just just because I want to see the pieces the day after. Well, the Academy Awards have finally decided that the art of cinema doesn't matter anymore. I would love.
Well, that's what the friends said. Look at Crash. Stop there. So give it to. They should pivot back to making it about movies that people actually see again.
Yes, Return of the King. I mean, for God's sake, Return of the King won everything.
Yeah.
It won 11 awards.
Yes, absolutely.
And then I really think it was the next year was Crash, if I can do my math right.
That's what they're like. Oh, we gotta pull this shit back a little bit.
We have to correct, and they overcorrected. They overcorrected bad.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say something a little controversial. Titanic wasn't that crazy good either.
Titanic was a phenomenal spectacle.
Yes, exactly.
I'm not against that particular opinion. I don't think it's a terribly bad take. I don't.
The reason why I say that is because I'm saying a lot of these films that are coming out right now that people, I think, don't look at it because it has superheroes in it. But Titanic, you had the most comic book villain of all time in it.
Yeah, you really do.
That's what I'm saying.
Do.
If you break it down, it wasn't that different. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Titanic was kind of a comic book movie. Kind of. Oh, that's going to be taken out of context.
Titanic was a comic book movie. Let's go with it.
It was a comic book movie before they were comic book movies. They were like, how can we make the big spectacle film with a comic book villain? Yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio is, oh god, it was just it's a great movie. I love it, but I think when people think of those, they think of the cinema. That's not it. It was a big blockbuster film, and why aren't those winning anymore?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying is that ignore all the silliness I just said. It's just a big blockbuster film. Why? Let's give them some more attention now. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway. Back then they weren't even making these films were making 31 million.
No, that was the other thing. Was because it came along and made all the money. And just freaked people out. It took a long time for that to catch up.
Right.
Oh yeah. And that was, not for nothing, but it shifted for better or worse the way that people think about how to make movies anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like I said, for better or worse.
Yep. Yeah. Anyway, man, I want to go watch Black Panther now. I can hear the music.
That's fair. 'Cause they're doing some screenings they're doing some free screenings at a bunch of theaters, at least in California.
Oh, that's cool.
Like free screenings for Black History Month for like the first couple of weeks.
That's what you do.
Yeah, but I think
that's
they're
awesome.
Yeah, I think that's really awesome. The list that I saw was like just places in California. It's like 250 different locations.
Oh wow.
But it's Oh
yeah, fan of the show Raphael posted that.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hey, good, awesome, good for them.
Yeah. That is awesome. Yeah, you can go to WeTicketIt.com.
Yeah. See where it's.
Oh, it's in Florida.
Do they have some? Oh, so then they've updated it recently.
Yeah, I can book it now.
Nice. There you go. Do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, we'll post it in our group, in the We Geek Podcast group. Yes, accept cookies, but don't kill my computer, please. I'm just kidding. Yeah, there's a whole list of the Florida markets. So
nice. Where else is it? Because it was California. Now I know it's Florida. Where else is it?
Ooh, I don't know. This only says Florida.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Maybe because it's. I guess it says WeTicketIt.com/Disney/booking/event/detail blah blah blah. So, oh wait, hold on. Let me do the. It's just Florida that I'm seeing.
Really? That's interesting.
But you said you saw it just for California.
Yeah, I saw it just California.
Well, I'll post it still in our group. And it's for Florida, so if you're a Florida listener, there you go. But if not, we'll look for it. We'll see if we can find it for the other states.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's what and here's something interesting too. The year that Titanic won Best Picture or won like everything, the other nominees for Best Picture: L.A. Confidential, The Full Monty, As Good as It Gets, and Good Will Hunting.
Wow.
I would take I as much as I love Good Will Hunting, I think L.A. Confidential is your Best Picture out of that list. I really do. Don't get me wrong, and I love The Full Monty, but I think L.A. Confidential is your winner there.
I like Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. Here's the next year when Shakespeare in Love won. How did Shakespeare in Love beat Saving Private Ryan?
I don't know. It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah. How did American Beauty beat The Green Mile?
Oh my god.
Gladiator won its year. That was good. A Beautiful Mind. Okay, I get that one. Chicago. Yeah, all right. Big giant production. And then Return of the King in 2003. Okay, fine. $1 Million Baby in 2004. I get. That's fair enough. And then 2005 was Crash, and it's been pretty much crap ever since.
Wait, say that again?
Crash in 2005, and then
Crash, gotcha, yeah.
It's been pretty much the next couple of years. It tried. The Departed in 2006. I'm good with that. No Country for Old Men in 2007. I'm good with that. And then you got Slumdog Millionaire in 2008, which here's my controversial movie take. Slumdog Millionaire is a horrible film.
I've never seen it.
I hate that movie. I cannot stand it. I cannot find one single, and I don't say likable in terms of actually like liking the characters or anything like that. I can't find one reason to watch this movie. There's nothing to keep me engaged at all.
Yeah.
I cannot stand it. I think it's a terrible, terrible movie. But, so that's my,
I never seen it. But now I want to watch No Country for Old Men again.
I love No Country for Old Men. No Country for Old Men is fantastic.
I was a sheriff in this county when I was 25 years old. It's just so good.
Coen Brothers.
Hard to believe.
Yeah.
Man. Grandfather was a law man. Sorry, I'll stop.
Yeah.
I want to see that movie again.
And just Javier Bardem. I mean,
they just.
What else do you need to say? Like, watch it just for him. If you've never seen it, just watch it for him. If nothing else.
Yeah, those Coen brothers, man. They know how to just you feel that world is real.
Yes, and they have the people that work with them deliver exactly what like nobody. Because you can tell a Coen Brothers movie is supposed to feel a particular way. Mm-hmm. And everybody involved is so on the mark.
Yes.
It's awesome. And there are not there are not many filmmakers out there that can pull that off.
Right.
And that's a testament to them, and it's a testament to knowing who to work with.
Yeah.
Because nobody, like, you can't, if you replace Javier Bardem in that role, it's gonna skew it in a way that I don't think is gonna work right.
Oh, I agree.
And I mean, it doesn't matter like how good somebody is. You know, if you took Michael Fassbender now and put him in that role, I don't like it's good. The energy is just gonna feel a little bit off.
Yeah,
it's a case of just absolute perfect casting, and Tommy Lee Jones as well. Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
but I mean,
like yeah.
It's oh god, just a hand on the counter. Call it.
Yeah.
You know,
it's just he doesn't feel like he's acting.
No. You look at him and you hear him talk, and you just get chills.
Yeah, you're like, this guy. That's his real story. Like, I don't even know who Tommy Lee Jones is anymore, because that's the person in front of me. Like, that's he's living that. He's telling you about his grandfather. Like, it's just so.
Yeah.
It feels legit.
Oh god, so good. Yeah, now I want to go watch it too. Damn it.
It's so good. It's on Netflix. You know what sucks though, man? That stupid Jeff Bridges commercial. Oh.
It's even worse than Australia. It's Stella Artois.
Jesus, it's funny. We were just talking about those podcasters watching the Sex and the City, and oh my gosh.
And now you get a Sex and the City Big Lebowski crossover in a beer commercial.
Man, who signed off for that? I hope they're just teasing. I want a Big Lebowski sequel.
No, it's not gonna happen, man.
I don't know.
It's not. I stand corrected. Like I'm so mad I was wrong. I'm so mad.
Oh man, I hope it happens. Can't live in the past though.
Nope, gotta move forward, man.
Yeah. No, I won't watch that. God damn it.
I know, right? God, we keep falling down this same rabbit hole, man.
Yeah, these Coen brothers, they know what they're doing.
They do. That's what makes them so good.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. What do they got coming out?
They just had the Ballad of Buster Scruggs on Netflix. That was theirs.
You know what? They produced the Fargo show. I never watched it, but everyone says how good it is.
And I think it's because I think they weren't involved like in name only. I think they had like actual input on the production, and I think that's what helped. Gotcha.
Okay. So they got a few things coming out.
Oh, I know they've got irons in the fire. I just know know Buster Scruggs was recent, or Scuggs. I forget if there's an R or not.
Right. There is an R, yeah.
Okay, so it is Buster Scruggs, because I know he got nominated for some stuff too.
Oh yeah. Wait. Oh, there's a spin-off for the Big Lebowski?
Yeah. It is, but Jesus. It isn't. Because who is it? Is it Turturro? Who's?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like his character.
Right.
Is part of it, so it is, but it isn't, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
It's one of those.
Yeah. That's funny. All right, where were we? No TV news this week?
Couldn't really find anything, because we talked about, we did say Netflix is doing a Resident Evil series last week. Like, that was the only thing I wasn't sure if we talked about that or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, like everything else we talked about.
I saw that Marshmello, the DJ, was gonna do a live concert thing in Fortnite.
Of course. I mean,
that's insane.
But it does make sense. So there is that.
There's apparently going to be a live in-game concert this weekend hosted by Marshmello.
Of course.
Live in the game. Now, it sounds ridiculous.
It does, but so does everything Fortnite, so it works.
But that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm like, you can get away with that in that kind of world. I'm good with that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've never seen or heard anything like that before, where they're going to have a live concert in a game where I imagine you turn it on, the music is playing whatever he's playing, wherever he's at, what button he's pressing, and he's somewhere in the game. Maybe he's like in the sky, and it's like Teletubbies with the sun, and you just see his face in the sky while music is playing. That would be totally rad.
I'll tell you what, that would be interesting at least.
And it was just on every server you saw and heard the same thing. That would be awesome. Hey man, whatever pushes this thing along, how weird it gets, I love seeing new stuff like this.
Yeah, no, I don't hate Fortnite. I could be one of those guys very easily, but really, like, look, have fun, enjoy it, go for it, do something like this. This is different. This is interesting. I'm down with this.
Exactly. I think Fortnite's too easy to hate on, and I don't at all. I mean, I see it like Minecraft. It is this next level thing that it's a gateway, and it's I don't know. I think it's exciting. I think it's changing the industry. The fact that we have crossplay right now, you can thank Fortnite for.
Yeah. I mean, that's it, and right there, you can honestly say, excuse me, without any kind of hyperbole, Fortnite changed the industry.
It totally did. Yeah.
I mean,
Minecraft couldn't even do that.
No. I mean, Minecraft got close.
Got close. But I think it was at that weird spot where it took too long to get to console for it to make such a bigger impact than it did.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fortnite, sweet spot. Yeah, I think that's cool. I was like, that's dope. I'm actually gonna log in this weekend to see what that's about because I want to see it. I want to see this thing happen. But yeah, no, I thought that was interesting. What else? Let's see here.
Well, other video game news: the games for gold have been announced for February.
Oh, yeah.
The big one for the month of February, the one that lasts the whole month, is a Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. Be available from the 1st through the end of the month. The halfway game is Super Bomberman R.
Mm-hmm.
From the 16th through March 15th. You can pick that up. Assassin's Creed, the two backwards compatible ones, you get Assassin's Creed Rogue, available from the 1st to the 15th, which, okay. I mean, it's a perfectly fine Assassin's Creed game, but it was buried in the middle of when they were just doing it every year. And it suffers from that. The one I'm excited for, though, and I know you're going to be excited for, too, February 16th through the 28th, you can pick up for free Jedi Knight Jedi Academy.
Yes. Now I don't know what it's like with the controller, but yes, I love that game.
Yeah.
God, do I have to buy an Xbox in that? No. No. You can play it on PC though, I guess, right?
I think so. Yeah. I think this stuff is also PC. Don't quote me on that because I know that they do that for Game Pass.
Yeah.
I know that those are cross-platform. I don't know about the Games for Gold stuff.
Gotcha. But yeah, man, go play that. I'm sure it's just as fine with the controller, but I love me some Jedi. Oh yeah. Speaking of Jedi, did you see they had an update from the set of the Star Wars TV show?
No, what's up?
Favreau, he showed, he was like, guess who from the original movies is going to show up in this.
IG-88.
And it's crucial. No, and he was like, if you think it's Boba Fett, no, hold on. Before you ask, it's not Boba Fett in the picture. And then they showed who it was, and it's R5D4, which is the robot whose thing exploded.
Oh my God, that was right. That's the one that yeah, okay, yeah.
Yes, yeah, and he was the one who.
This one's got a bad motivator unit.
Yeah, and if you read, there was that book that came out where it had all the different stories a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
And there was a story about that robot.
Oh really?
He needed to get off the planet, and he was so excited that he got picked. But R2's like, I got to get out of here, buddy. And he does that on purpose to help him out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so like they're talking to each other. It's a funny story. I'm probably remembering it completely wrong, but the story is through the point of view of that robot.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. I want to see that robot. I don't know. They showed a picture of him. I thought it was funny.
Yeah. I think IG-88 is gonna be in this though.
Oh, he is absolutely. They showed him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they did.
Yeah. He's on the Instagram. Yeah, and I guess John didn't put any. I guess all those quotes were from just the website. He didn't put any context to. So maybe he's the RD-R4 or whatever is just showing up in a scene. But I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. But when's that coming out again? That no release date yet, right?
Late. It'll probably be when the service launches, which is like fall.
Oh man, that can't come soon enough.
I hear you.
Yeah, that can't come soon enough. And I want to binge it. I don't want weekly stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what worries me too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We got some Dragon Ball news.
Yeah, they the game that they had teased, I guess at some I forget which tournament they kind of hinted at it at. It's called from what I saw, it's called Dragon Ball Project Z. And it's basically, it follows the Z saga. It follows Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm.
It's from CyberConnect 2.
Mm-hmm.
They did all of the like Naruto Shippuden games.
Mm-hmm.
If it's done that way, I am so ready for that.
Cool.
Because those games were awesome. Yeah. And if you give me a Dragon Ball game like that, hell yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it looked cool. I was like, all right, action RPG, I'm down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was cool. They also released, because they did the season 1 of the Dragon Ball Fighters pack.
Yeah, that's right.
Season 2 they announced it's Videl, someone from Super.
Jindrail?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Jaren, I think his name is. I don't know.
Okay. You would know better than I, man.
Yeah, no, he plays big part in the last part of the season, but I haven't seen that yet. So
yeah.
And then they also showed Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta and Brawly.
Ooh.
Yes. So that was cool.
Nice.
I think it's like $25 pack. Blah 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 blah. A lot of fighters, and so far only half of them are Goku from this pack.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. No kidding.
Jeez, where the last one it was like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Man, give me some weird characters than that. Give me Mr. Satan.
Ugh.
How do they know? What do you mean, ugh, Mr. Satan?
Ugh.
Okay, some of my favorite parts of listening to Jeff and Dan talk about Dragon Ball is their love for Boo and Mr. Satan's relationship.
I mean, I get that.
And just how they want an entire show based off of their hijinks and the fun that they're having, and it's so great. It's so great. I love it. Man, that podcast is amazing because they fall in love with the stuff that I thought they would be like. Well, this isn't a lot of action. But they love the weird stuff.
That's fair. Yeah, I can totally see
the goofy stuff. They're like, there's a cat there with a shirt on, and I want to know. I want that shirt first of all. Like every time they're wearing clothes, they're like, this shirt has to be like someone has to sell this shirt somewhere, where it just says "cool guys." I don't know. Oh man, I love that podcast. It's so good, and they're eating up the Mr. Satan Boo stuff. Because they just get themselves wrapped up in a relationship and they didn't even mean to. He went there to kill him and he couldn't do it. It's great. You don't like Mr. Satan?
I have no problem with the character. I have a problem with him in the fighting game because I mean we have Yamcha. We don't need anybody else who just does nothing and gets killed all the time.
Don't you dare compare Yamcha to Mr. Satan.
In terms of fighting prowess, yeah, I will.
Yes, Yamcha's worse. He's so much worse. He's supposed to be a good fighter. Mr. Satan's just a fake phony.
Exactly my point.
That's what's great. That's what's so great about him. Imagine his character and how like much of a coward they could make him look in the game. And I don't know. I just think it would be fun.
I think you're playing with fire there, man. I really do.
What? What's wrong with this? No, I don't like it. Put Roshi in there. Give me some weird character.
I would take Roshi because Roshi is actually a badass. Like,
yeah. Put and then what's his name? Who's the other guy? Yajirobe. Like, give me some weird dumb character.
I'll tell you what. If you put in Mr. Satan, you have to put in Yajirobe.
This is the ultimate pack I'm talking about. And what is it, Karen the cat? Like, put those characters in a pack.
Korim, no, you do not put Korim in
yes,
Korim's not a fighter.
But that'd be funny. I don't know. Oh man, see that I
You
want
know
these
what's
weird
you know what's really
characters.
funny? You get a pack of all joke characters who are awful to actually play as, whose mechanics don't really suit them for a fighting game, and you paid $20 for them.
It would be the best. I guarantee you, if they had a pack of these characters that we're talking about right now, they would outsell the other ones.
You're
If
unfortunately
you
not
if you
wrong.
made them good though, if you made them just as good as the other ones, like if you made them just as like for goofy reasons powerful, just the same power level, I think people would eat that up. Because how many there's like 12 Gokus.
Yeah,
When the first pack I found out that they were going to do just base level Goku, base level Vegeta. Are you kidding me? His father brought a that's just another Goku.
basically, yeah.
Yeah, but you tell me Mr. Satan's in it? My ears are perked. You tell me Mr. Master Roshi's in it, and he's gonna be like a creepy perv. Like that's the kind of goofy Dragon Ball that I want in it.
That's fair enough. That's
Yeah,
a decent point.
I think people give the goofy stuff too. They want to cut that stuff out, but I think that's some of the best part of it.
I don't. Here's the thing. Like, I don't mind the goofy stuff, but we are talking about a fighting game. These characters do have to be able to be competitive, at least in some measure.
To be fair, Mr. Satan saved the world.
Oh, shut up.
He did.
He shut up.
He did.
I
And then have a puppy run across, and oh man, it would just be great.
I mean, you're not wrong, but shut up anyway.
He saved the world. Yeah, no, I mean that's what I'm like. Give me some of these goofy characters. I think that would be phenomenal.
I'll tell you what. I will grant you him on one condition.
Mm-hmm.
If his like ultimate attack is that Android 18 comes out and beats the crap out of whoever he's fighting.
Sure.
I'm down. I'm
what
good
would
with
be
that.
Boo though, right? Not Android 18.
Well, but Android 18 was who like he had to keep paying off because
That's true.
so
You're
she
right.
wouldn't tell anybody. Like,
Yeah, see that would be great. And yeah, see, oh man, that's what they need to do because we get the serious packs. Yes, we got the super serious fighters. Give me a goofy pack. Without goofy. Actually,
don't.
No.
We're not crossing over everything, damn it.
I know. But yeah, give me a Mr. Satan pack. That's what I want. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Man, you got to hear that podcast.
I honestly will look into it one of these days. I really do plan to.
It's good. It's so freaking good. It's brought this love of Dragon Ball just totally back for me, especially with all the stuff coming out.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect timing.
That's true. That's true.
And it's one of the reasons I want to do this My Hero Academy or one of these podcasts where we jump into some anime. Even like, there's a lot of shows out there that I just want to jump into and talk about them. Yeah, man. Well, all right. So sorry, I was getting so sidetracked. Where were we?
Really kind of like our last piece of like actual news is the new costumes that were dropped for Spider-Man.
Speaking of dumb fun.
Yeah, see, and here's the thing. This I love. I absolutely adore this. They put out the Future Foundation suit, which looks cool and is fun. And I don't know if these have any powers that go with them. Because I haven't checked.
They don't.
I didn't think so. The Future Foundation suit, which is cool. It's a rad looking suit. And then you have the fun side of it, the bombastic Bagman.
Yes.
And who does not love Bagman? Like it's
it's
stupid and goofy and fun, and it's a reminder that Spider-Man is supposed to be stupid and goofy and fun.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, this is the things I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Give me some fun, dumb things. The Spider-Man game should have a skin already where you play Spider-Ham.
I agree. I think the problem is the modeling. Like you'd have to shrink the character to like a quarter of the size.
I agree. Well, okay, is Spider-Man Nor in there?
No, but he could be. That's fair.
He could totally be in there.
Yeah.
They should have the Spider-Man outfit from, I don't know if they have it already, but from Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse.
I don't think they I don't
How
remember.
did they not time that up? Come on.
I don't remember exactly what all is and isn't in there because they have some that are weird.
They have a lot of weird ones, and I get it. I totally get it. Like licensing reasons and stuff, they probably have to be very careful with all that. But I mean, if Sony's making the game right now, and Sony's making those movies and have the rights to it, you think they could do it?
Yeah. No, I agree.
But I'm not. I want to be very careful about this because I'm not trying to be like internet upset here. I'm jokingly saying that they should put it in there. But that would be awesome.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. It'd be totally cool.
Yeah. And those are the goofy things that I want. Like I shouldn't say this out loud, but I would pay for stuff like that, like to add into the game.
Which makes it so much better that they're free.
Yeah, I was totally shocked. I was like, oh, I thought this was like paid DLC. Yeah. Like you only get this if you buy the season pass. But I was surprised when I booted it up and I had an update, and I was like, oh, the bombastic Batman.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's because they don't add anything. They're purely cosmetic.
Right.
And I think that's the way you do it. Like something like that, if you're gonna say, look, it doesn't add any new power, there's no story relevance to it, so fine, here you go. This one's on us. Enjoy. Like I'm totally down with that. I think that's exactly how you do that.
Yep.
No question.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I think that's probably it for Suits, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
They got to be working on the next one right now, right? Like, I hope there's not like a team dedicated to these. Like, they should all be getting ready for the next one already.
Yeah.
What do you want out of Spider-Man 2?
I want to play as Miles.
Yeah.
And
that has to happen.
I don't know. You could Spider-Verse it and be kind of neat.
You could totally Spider-Verse it. Make it where you can co-op play a lot of the game with a friend.
There you go. I would like, but I don't need it to be mandatory.
No, it doesn't need to be mandatory. You could have a single player game where if you pick, or your story chooses, or whatever, your Miles or your Peter, and no, just make it Miles' story actually.
Yeah.
And have Peter come in and help you every once in a while, and if you're playing 2-player, instead of it being a CPU Peter, it's an actual friend.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, and you just maybe ramp up the difficulty a little bit, just so it's 2 actual people playing instead of just a computer and a person.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's how you do that. You make it Miles' story, and you make it just so much different. And you make it a little bit like the Spider-Verse stuff, where you're getting extra all these cool things. You can keep it in New York. It's but give it like more boroughs though, like put Queens and stuff in there. And that's what I think you do.
Totally be down with that.
Yeah. We'll get on that. PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
It's going to happen soon, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
Now, that's not a launch game, right?
No, God, no. It would have to come out in like
a year or 2
3 years. Like, there's no way.
They pumped this one out like 3 years, though, right? 3 or 4 years?
That we know of.
Yeah.
That's the thing. How long was the actual development cycle on this, though?
They could be doing... I know that Sony's like, hey... No, this is look how big this sold.
Yeah, this made all the money we need to do another one. I'm sure that they're working on it, but I'm equally sure they're not going to rush it. 4 years, 5, probably.
And the thing is, they don't have to. They could honestly make these. I was talking earlier about games as service, but you could totally just keep adding to this if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Like if they were, would you still play Batman right now, Arkham whatever, if they were just kept continuously adding expansion packs?
I've gone back and replayed Arkham Knight I don't know how many times.
That's what I mean. Like they could totally just keep adding to this. They don't have to make like a $60 sequel.
Yeah, the problem is though, Arkham Knight ended the series.
That's true.
That's where
you reboot it and call it Batman Beyond.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I'm down. I'm good. Give me a Batman Beyond game like that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, that's how you logically like move to the next level. Is like, fuck it, we're just going to Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm good with that.
Yeah. Or hey, you do a Spider-Man 299 or what is it? 2099.
Yeah.
You were really big into those, right?
I love 2099.
See, I never got into the future stuff.
Oh, it's so good because
where do I start?
They did well, and it depends on what you're looking for. If you want the entire future anything, you have to go back to 2099 from a long time ago.
Okay.
Because the 2099 series had its own thing a while back. If you just want Miguel O'Hara, I would start with the more recent 2099 series.
Okay.
Back, I think it was before. Oh yeah, it was before. It was after. Was it after Spider-Verse? I think it was after.
It had to have been after Spider-Verse.
Well, but not necessarily, because Peter played with time a little bit before that.
Well, he's always playing with it.
Yeah, but I mean in a weird, like, apocalyptic kind of way for a couple issues.
Okay.
And there were actual ramifications to that from Spider-Verse. Like, that issue had some unintended crossover later.
The one you're talking about is November 2015.
Yeah, that's the more recent version. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Following Secret Wars storyline.
Okay, so it was after Secret Wars.
Yes.
Okay.
Miguel is stranded in the present.
Yeah.
Oh, is he still in the present?
He's still. That's the thing. He's still. That's why I'm saying. Like, if you want just him, then it's present day.
That's where I'll start.
There you go. Yeah, because 2099 was like its own. They tried to do. It was like, hey, the Ultimate Universe worked.
Right.
So they were on that kick of like, we're just gonna do all kinds of stuff, and they had some neat ideas, but kind of like the Ultimate Universe, the only one that worked, in the 2099 universe was Spider-Man.
Right.
For everything else, for the other good stuff that there was, I mean, Ghost Rider 2099 was weird as hell.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man was the one that worked the best, And I say the same thing about the Ultimate Universe. The X-Men were great, the Fantastic Four were cool, and they had some neat stuff. But the one that worked the best was Spider-Man.
The overall story, everything, the whole kit and caboodle, Spider-Man was by far and away the best.
Yeah.
The first volume of the Ultimates was great. Everything else behind that kind of fucking just flatlined.
Yeah.
The first half, I would say, of the Ultimate X-Men, it was riding with me at least, it was riding there with Ultimate Spider-Man. A lot of those first volumes were just amazing for Ultimate X-Men, and then it just flatlined.
Agreed.
And the Fantastic Four was such an awesome idea, and I loved what they did with Reed Richards. Obviously, he's now still a big part of the Marvel Universe. Him and Miles are pretty much the two big things that are left over.
Yeah.
Him, Miles, and James from X-Men, the Wolverine's son.
Yeah.
And that's it. And, I forgot. That's how the Marvel Zombies started.
Yeah, it started in the Ultimate Universe.
It started in the Ultimate Universe.
It started
the crossover.
It started with the Ultimate. It actually started with Ultimate Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah, yep. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
There's so many Ultimate crossovers that I forgot about.
Yeah.
And the Marvel app is just so good for it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm bummed that I understand why they don't have the Max storylines. Why they don't have that imprint. I know why they don't, because it's adult as hell. I get that. Right. But man, I'm sorry, Punisher Max, that whole run, start to finish. Even when it was just the Punisher under the Marvel Max branding, and then it was actually called Punisher Max, and then went back to being the Punisher again, I think. That entire run, start to finish, is beautiful. It is a magnificent... It is the Punisher. It is gritty and dirty, and there's a running thread through it. And the reason that and that's part of why I loved even season 2 of The Punisher, which some people were kind of down on. It reminded me of the Max run, where it was just, this is rough. This is a guy who hunts gangs. Like, it's gonna get nasty.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's... Oh, man. You're right. It's not on the app. Yeah. But it makes sense.
And I get why it's not. I totally understand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because they did some others, too. Like, they did Wolverine, which... And again, they tried to do the same thing of like, oh, we can do other ones, too. And they just never worked to the same level as the character that it was designed for, which was the Punisher. They did Wolverine, they did Nick Fury, they did Deadpool, they did Elektra. I think they did Jessica Jones for a few issues, but they just never worked like they did for Punisher.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Damn.
I think they did Daredevil a little bit, too. I don't know if he had his own or he was part of Elektra, or if I'm just remembering wrong.
Yeah.
But that was an imprint that like the Punisher was great and everything else was just kind of, well, we tried.
Oh yeah. The I read that X-Men Annual,
Yeah.
Uncanny X-Men Annual with Cyclops and saw how they brought him back.
Yeah, it's convoluted even by X-Men standards.
It's convoluted, but what I really like is that they finally answered a long time question.
Which one?
Was Cyclops right or wrong?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
Should I spoil it?
Yeah, I've already read it.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So spoiler. He totally admits he was totally wrong.
yeah, he was absolutely wrong.
And it makes sense because that's what most people who read X-Men for years were like. You are killing this character. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is not Scott Summers.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they've kind of it's not retcon, but it's like, oh yeah, no, I was totally wrong, and I really fucked up, and like I mean, they're setting the pieces back for the X-Men to be in the right places to tell great stories. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Scott along with Logan and the gang all together again. I'm excited to see what comes. We have a lot of great books coming out this week too, man. Ooh, some more Heroes in Crisis. I know everyone hates Heroes in Crisis, but I love it.
I just, I'm not following a whole lot of anything right now.
Yeah.
Did I see something about like love stories in space?
Love stories in space.
Did I see something where like I don't know if it's a what if or an Elseworlds or something where it's just really bizarre? Like
Marvel or DC, or what are we talking about?
Like
love stories in space.
It's something I don't know, man. I don't know. I saw something and it was official. I can't remember what it was called, or I'd tell you. I'd be able to tell you more easily.
James Tynion. Yeah. Okay. Exclusive preview. James Tynion, the fourth, aims for the hearts in DC mysteries of love in space.
That's it. That's the one.
Yeah. I don't get it. What does Lois see in him? Where Lois goes off with Darkseid?
Yeah.
Darkseid is the love of my life.
it's that kind of just bizarre, like pulp sort of nonsense that just you look at it and you go, okay, well, this is meant to be outrageous.
Yeah, it's meant to be silly. That's cool. Oh, it's probably for February, right? I'm thinking it's for like Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah, more than likely.
Yeah, collection of 8 love-spun tales starring Superman, Lois Lane, the New Gods, Teen Titans, Crush, Green Lantern, Darkseid, Hawkgirl, and other. This has to be. It's a one-shot. This has to be for Valentine's Day.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's cool. It arrives January 30th.
There you go.
Close to Valentine's Day. They should have did it for Valentine's Day.
I think they were planning on it for Valentine's Day, which is why they scheduled it to release 2 weeks in advance.
Oh yeah.
And hey, what do you know? They met their deadline.
Yes. When does the Mr. Miracle Volume 1 come out? Because if that's around Valentine's Day, that's actually a really good like love story.
Interesting.
That is a straight up love story. Mr. Miracle.
Yeah, you told me about that.
It's just totally about him and his wife, Big Barda. And it's fantastic, man. It is so good. It deals with some real shit too. Like you see it deals with some really like I don't want to spoil stuff, but like he escapes everything, right?
Yeah.
That's his gimmick. And like he just can't die. And what if he wanted to?
Yeah.
And it gets real in a lot of places. And I don't know, it's really good. It's so good. Let's see here. Yeah, when does that come out? I want to know when that comes out because I want to own it. February 19th.
There you go. Perfect.
There you go.
Good call.
That's perfect. Yeah, I want to get that. Man, I think like Barnes & Noble has like a special edition or something, so. But yeah, Tom King, that's one thing he does really well. I know a lot of people hate Tom King's Batman because they say he writes all the same characters. It's great for Mr. Miracle because I don't know anything about Mr. Miracle.
There you go.
And I think for people who read Batman like religiously, they're like, this isn't Bruce Wayne. This guy's in love, and like this isn't our Bruce Wayne. But anyway, Sorry.
Hashtag not my Batman.
Not my Batman. Yeah. But oh man, yeah. I'm just looking at Mr. Miracle right now. It's so good. Anyway. He needs to be in the new Injustice game.
Okay.
That would be fun.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Does he exist? Does he exist in that universe somewhere?
Oh sure. Oh no, in Injustice?
Yeah.
I don't know. They need to put like Animal Man and stuff in there.
That would be cool.
See, that's what I mean. Like when I see the Injustice characters, they started to get a little bit weird. I want them to go full weird. Like when they put the Red Lanterns and stuff in there, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Swamp Thing, yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
No question.
Put some freaking weird characters in there. I don't know if he's an Injustice. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They should. Is that comic even still going?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah. Well, anyway. All right. So I think that's it. Is there anything else? Oh, we didn't even talk about the Royal Rumble.
We got to talk about the Rumble.
Yes.
We got to talk about the Rumble.
I'm going to drink this real fast. Go for like 1 minute. I'll be right back.
Go for it. Yeah, because it was. I mean, it was awesome. It was one of those pay-per-views where it started off on such a weird note because you had you had that bizarre tag match, which I don't even know where that came from or why.
Which match was this? Remind me.
With what was it? Half the Revival and half of AOP against
I didn't see this.
Chad and Gable. It was on the pre-show and it made no sense, and like there was no reason for it. You had the U.S. title match on the pre-show, which, bummer for Rusev. I hope this means that Nakamura is actually going to do something with the title this time and be given some room to run. But
yeah, Rusev should have got that.
Yeah, but it set up Lana for later for that spot. And then you had the Fatal 4-Way for the Cruiserweight title, which, Buddy Murphy won, was the right choice. But, man, those guys put on just absolute bangers when it comes to it. It's awesome. Oh, yeah. And then, you get to the main show, and you opened with Asuka and Becky. Mm-hmm. And I was okay with this finish. I was okay. A lot of people were kind of bummed because they're like, Becky tapped out. Why did she tap out? Because they needed to reestablish Asuka. Yeah. Because she won the title in such a cheap way, and it wasn't her fault. It wasn't a heel thing. It was just her taking advantage. Mm-hmm. And so they needed her to get that aura back.
I agree.
And I think that was the way to do it.
We knew Becky, that wasn't it for the show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when you saw she lost, you were like, yeah, she's going to be back somehow.
Yeah.
Later you had... I don't even remember.
I liked what the dirt sheets were saying, which are completely BS. Did you hear this?
No, what did they say?
That she would lose early in the show.
Right.
Enter the Men's Royal Rumble.
And win it.
I
tell you, that would have been fun. Because that would have been an interesting way. If Charlotte had won the Women's Rumble and then Becky had won the Men's Rumble, I could have seen that.
Yes. That's how you show me something different and I've never seen before.
Right. Instead, well, we'll get to that.
Here's the thing. I don't think that was never not on the table. I think it probably was on the table, but people found out and they could have switched it. It's not out of the realm of possibility.
I definitely think that was a potential idea.
Exactly.
I'll give you that.
They floated it and they're like, oh, this got leaked. No, can't do it.
Yeah. And then we had you had the SmackDown Tag Title match.
Oh my God.
Which I mean, hey, when you're on the team that includes the best in the world, of course you're gonna win. Right. I'm here for these two. Like they've won me over. I just thought this was gonna be just a dumb thing where eventually they were gonna beat the crap out of each other, which is eventually what it's gonna turn into. But they're going full bore with this pair.
Oh yeah, I think this is gonna turn with Miz, turning into a good guy, turning face.
I don't know. We'll see. But it was a decent match. It was a Shane McMahon match. What do you want?
Right.
And for him to, I mean, at almost 50 years old, to pull off a beautiful shooting star press.
Mm-hmm.
Hats off to him, man. I don't hate him for that. And then the after party with Mrs. Dad, like, that was great.
Yeah.
That was...
Oh, yeah. The best moment of his life, except for when his son won WrestleMania.
Yeah. Oh, great. Man. But, hey, what are you going to do? And then you had Ronda and Sasha, which was a really good match. And, of course, Ronda won.
Fantastic.
Ronda was always going to win.
Yeah.
But it was a great match, unlike what happened on Monday, which was just... Holy crap.
Man, what is it, like...
She got booed.
What is Ronda thinking on Twitter? Did you see it?
And, yeah, that went over well.
Yeah, all these fake performer actors, like, oh, wait, hold on. We're going a little too...
You okay?
Yeah, but Becky put in her place was just... Yeah. I love the responses. Like, Xavier Woods just put the guy dying.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, look... she came out and was booed to the rafters because the crowd this entire weekend, the entire for TakeOver, which itself was an awesome show, for the Rumble, for Raw, and I've got to believe for SmackDown, even though I haven't seen it yet, that Phoenix crowd was a Raw after Mania crowd all weekend, and they were beautiful for it. I love them to death. God bless them.
Yeah.
But when Ronda got in there and grabbed the microphone, they were not... I'm sorry, what? We can't hear you over the sound of how loud you're getting booed.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, my God. And she was shook. She was legitimately shaken up. Mm-hmm. And there was more promo to that, and they just went, nope, send Bayley out. Like,
yeah.
Like this is over. And she was not thrilled during the match either. Like, I don't know what was happening. I don't know if Ronda was just legitimately that worn out, or what. Because there's a difference between selling and being lost, and she looked lost.
Yeah. She
looked like what everybody was afraid she was gonna look like.
That's what I was thinking. Like, she's been doing great.
Yeah.
This is her it's like her first run, and it's probably gonna be the only run, apparently.
But I don't think so. I think that's all crap.
You think that's all crap, that she just wants to go on a farm?
I think she's around another year.
I hope so too, man.
Yeah.
I do love the photo of her fading into Roman Reigns, though. That's exactly what's happening.
I mean, yeah, yes and no, because like.
But here's the thing: she beat Sasha, Charlotte, Bayley. Now, is Becky going to be the one that puts her down?
Yeah, but did she really beat Charlotte?
That's true.
Technically, yes, but...
Her feud, she won over Charlotte. Yeah. Well, see, that's how you do it. You build it so Becky does win, and then next year you have Becky and Charlotte.
I think at SummerSlam, we may be getting the 4 horsewomen match.
Well, there you go.
I think they're building that to SummerSlam. It would be cool at WrestleMania. I'll give you that. Mm-hmm. But I think it goes to SummerSlam so that you can have the title on the line at Mania.
Right.
Again.
Well, no, that's what I mean. I meant Charlotte and Becky at Mania for... Yeah. So you think Becky's now going to be on Raw?
She's challenging for the Raw Championship, so yeah, she can't...
Yeah, she just moved over, didn't she?
Yeah.
Gotcha,
which puts 3 of them over there now.
Yeah.
And I think...
And now Bliss is lost in the sauce, man. I want Bliss to be...
She'll give
She goes to SmackDown.
She could. There'll be a shakeup after WrestleMania. There almost has to be some kind of shakeup.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hate that. Because who does SmackDown have now with Becky gone?
I was gonna say behind Ronda, Bliss was probably the most popular on that show.
Agreed.
Right. And now that Becky is gone, because if you look at promotional art, Bliss and Becky are the 2 most prominent things besides Ronda and Asuka, because they have the championship. So with her moving over, I think Bliss has to go over to SmackDown.
Yeah, there has to be balance.
Yeah,
because SmackDown,
Bliss and Asuka stuff could be pretty cool.
Oh, absolutely. Because I mean, who does SmackDown have now? You've got Asuka and Charlotte, and who else? Who challenges Asuka at WrestleMania? Do you have the rematch with Charlotte? probably not.
Carmella, maybe. Carmella and
Carmella, Asuka,
Naomi. I mean, but
I mean, these are not,
Mandy, my girl Mandy.
Man, don't it? Oh my god.
Mandy's great.
Here's
people rag on Mandy and Liv, but I think they're such characters.
Here's my thing, and this to me is the difference between doing this right and doing this wrong. Yeah. The shot with Bliss from a couple weeks ago was the wrong way to do that.
Right.
What Mandy has done with her character and taking ownership of it and saying, no, this isn't something that happens to me. I'm using this because I can, and because screw it, this is my choice to do this stuff.
Right.
It's all just to mess with Naomi because it's fun for me. Why not?
Yeah, it's great. Like when I see these characters just get weird, and it's like I said, that's why I brought up Liv, because like they're not doing anything with them, but they when they get out there, they're ridiculous.
Yeah, I liked that the Riot Squad was eliminated just so that when Ruby came out, they could come out with her and just wreak havoc. Like that's exactly what they should have done, and that was perfect.
Yes. Yeah,
absolutely perfect. Because how many tag teams have we seen? Like, a stable gets eliminated, and then there's just one. Oh no, what are they gonna do? They should bring everybody else from that stable back to just beat the crap out of everybody.
Exactly.
And that's what the Riot Squad did, and that worked.
Sarah's great too, man. I love that whole Viking thing.
Oh yeah, oh hell yeah. She was one of the Vikings for the War Raiders. I love that.
I thought that was fantastic.
That was so cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I thought that was great. And like I said, the whole beat with Naomi and Mandy during that, when she was walking across and jumps on it, he pulls her right out from under.
Yes.
And then she gets up on the thing and takes a bow. I was like, that's what you do. That's how you make your little moment. I thought that was great.
It was such great heel work, and it was exactly like, of course that's what you would do. She gets eliminated, and then Naomi gets thrown out. Mandy doesn't just like walk to the back and do nothing. She sees Naomi's gonna do this thing. Okay, wait, hang on, wait for it. Oh, look at that! Naomi had her moment. Wham!
Right.
Now I have my moment. Like that's it was perfect.
It was great.
And that because I enjoyed that Rumble, and I liked that none of these surprise entrants, with the exception of one in the Men's Royal Rumble, felt out of place. I'm okay with the fact that there weren't, like, legends. Like, nobody came back. Nobody made a big return.
Well...
All the call-ups... No. That's why I said official entrance.
Well, yeah.
Because that was not an official entrant in the Rumble.
That's true.
And to be fair, I loved what Zelina Vega did. I loved First off, I loved the actual Vega entrance. That was cool.
Oh, yeah, that was perfect.
I love that. And then to do the whole, I'm just going to hide under the ring, because it's what she did at the Battle Royal at Evolution.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the perfect heel thing to do. It was great. And so she did that, and I love that every time somebody would be eliminated, she would pop out like a gopher.
Yeah.
That was hysterical, and it was fun, and that was great. And then the last time she did it, and then up to that point, so far, the biggest pop of the night goes to Hornswoggle.
Yeah.
I don't care. It was part of it was awful and terrible, and part of it was just so damn funny.
It was so unexpected.
Yeah, because you're just like, oh my god, he's back. He lives under that ring forever.
Right, exactly.
That is his home. He actually does just live under the ring.
It was fantastic.
And it was great. And yeah, it was a little cringy to see, like, oh my god, Zelina Vega's running from a little person. I get it. I understand. But also, Hornswoggle, as himself, is very strange. So I would probably run from him too.
Right,
like,
exactly.
It has nothing to do with his height. It has to do just with him.
Right, right. Just... And I am way more for them having a lot more NXT talent on there than the old school.
Yes, and I love that they did that. Like Trish and Lita, Michelle, like they were great the first go around.
Yes.
But now it's about the future. So you get Io Shirai, you get Casey Catanzaro, who I'd never actually seen compete before.
I haven't either, but she was.
I am an absolute
like
fan now. Like I'm so on board because she is tiny and fit and can fly and is just like she is gonna be a genuine dynamo when she finally gets turned loose. Like I'm so hyped for that.
Yep.
And I mean, you got some UK represent.
Well, hold on, who's shorter, her or Bliss?
I don't know. That's
gonna be fun to see them go against each other.
That would be fun. That would absolutely be fun. But and to see Rhea Ripley show up,
yes,
and just kick ass. Like I'm absolutely yes. Bring in NXT UK. Bring in more NXT people. I'm down.
It was Kairi Sane. Yeah, I'm sorry. Kairi Sane. She was the pirate, right?
Yeah, she's the pirate princess.
Yes, I love that.
And of course, Mrs. Wrestling, Candice LeRae.
Yes.
Like awesome.
I love her Instagram account. It's all about Disney.
Yes.
Did you? Okay, fast forward a little bit. You saw Ember Moon injured her knee, right?
I thought it was elbow.
Was it her elbow?
I think it's her elbow.
Okay. Then I guess it's a dumb joke. Then Did you see Alexa Bliss's Instagram?
No.
Well, I guess it's because she need her or whatever. She posted a thing where it had Disney.
Oh no.
And it was just a Disney, and then like a picture of like. Not that neat, Disney, and like she does the little flip on top of Ember Moon. She tagged her in it. They're like best friends. So.
Yeah.
I thought she injured her knee, and I was like, that's terrible. But it's her elbow, I guess. So that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because she was like, I didn't hit her with this knee, or not that knee. I hit her with Disney.
Oh,
I don't know, I thought it was funny.
It's terrible, but it's really funny.
Terrible jokes, but yeah, the NXT call-ups, I loved that stuff. It's always great to get one or two of the old people in, but I am so over seeing these old people in there, like Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, and I don't want to see these old people anymore.
No, keep giving me new blood, like to just show up and be dynamic, and then and they have their moment. That's great.
Yeah, keep Triple H on the mic. But like in the ring, I can do that without that.
Yeah, no, totally.
You want to bring people back? Bring in like some I don't know, some old names that people would want to see. Like we'll never see CM Punk, but you know what I mean, stuff like that.
Give me Rob Van Dam back.
Yes,
like that would pop a crowd. Like no,
that
like
would pop a crowd.
No question.
Absolutely, Bray Wyatt. Remember him? Bring him back.
Eric Rowan. Remember him? Oh wait.
Did you see the belt tonight?
No.
Can I spoil it?
Go for it. Did he change it?
It is 100% recyclable, renewable. It's hemp, and you can go buy it now. I'm pretty sure at the store.
It's a hemp title.
It is just total straight up Portland, Oregon belt.
That's awesome. Like that's so cool. I just look. I'm not.
They started chanting, "Burn it down, burn it." Of course. He was like,
"I'm."
You guys are ignorant.
Here's the thing. I'm not a fan of Daniel Bryan's character on paper, but God, he is just full bore, 100%, and I can't. Like, I love that. Like he is completely committed to it, above and beyond, and so hats off to him. Like. Because I know he was saying for the longest time he hated that it was a leather belt.
Yeah.
And I put up in the group, I was like, why is he still carrying a leather belt around? Well,
right.
To ask and you shall receive. Awesome. That's great. I love that.
Now, I don't know the full, like, I don't know what they're going for because I didn't see the whole the segment. I just saw a clip.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's just going to be just what Daniel Bryan's character, and I agree with you, I think it's stupid, but that is their staple now.
Yeah.
And okay.
You know what?
Is this a punishment?
I think
like in my head I'm thinking Daniel Bryan did not want to do the Saudi Arabia show on principle, and they're like, you know what? We're gonna make you a villain in everything you stand for.
He wanted to be a villain though. He wanted to go heel.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think this is the classic example of when you see so many people who come out of that and they say, why were you so great? People like The Rock and Stone Cold and CM Punk, they say, you're just yourself turned up to 11.
Because that's what I feel like he is what Vince McMahon thinks he is.
Exactly. He is because
like he's like to another level instead of just I just like the environment and like I want to be cool. Like he's not. I think he's like timed, like you said, he's just ramped up.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's the extreme version of Daniel Bryan. It is.
Right. It's so cool. I when I saw the belt, I was like, people are gonna buy the shit out of that.
Oh my god, are they ever? Like, yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, but you got. I mean, that's why I like when Naomi, she got her belt, and it was all EDC, and like that's straight up at every EDC now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But hey.
Yeah. But, it's cool.
Yeah. But going back to the women's rumble, just to polish off, Lana came out 28 and couldn't walk, and so Nia Jax came out and flattened her because she's Nia Jax and she's so sad a year ago about being bullied that she can't possibly. Who the hell are we kidding? It's just that's. I really want to forget that ever happened because of where she is now.
Yeah.
Oh god, this is beautiful. I'm just seeing this. This is just amazing. I love this so much. It's so good. Oh my god. This is magnificent. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
The belt. Yeah.
Oh. But, and then, Carmella comes out number 30 because we knew she was going to be number 30. I'm kind of sad that...
Did we?
Yeah. Yeah,
how did we know that?
Because she won the Mixed Match Challenge.
Oh, yeah, that's right. See, I didn't watch that.
Yeah, that's why she and Truth were both number 30, because they won Mixed Match Challenge. I'm a little...
That's stupid. They should not announce that before the Royal Rumble. That's the best part about it.
Well, it was to give the Mixed Match Challenge meaning. It was to give it some weight. And it was fine because it all worked out in the end. The big deal was who was going to be 29. It just bumps up where's the anticipation.
Right.
I'm a little bummed they didn't have Truth come out and be told it was the wrong Rumble.
Right.
But I think they're kind of moving away from really stupid R-Truth gimmick.
Right.
Which I'm fine with. They're still making him a little silly, but he's not completely clueless. And I'm good with that. And then, Becky comes out and goes, she can't compete, put me in. And so they put her in a match. And the spot with Nia taking her out and screwing up the knee was a great setup.
Oh my god. I just saw a big spoiler about SmackDown and you won't believe it.
Okay, well don't tell me because I don't want to. I'm gonna watch it when this is over, but don't tell me.
Are you kidding me? Okay. I mean, I love this idea, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, now I'm not so worried. I don't think.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
And putting her, it was the I'm wounded, but I'm a fighter. Damn it, you're not gonna take this from me. You're not just gonna call it like they were gonna put. I love that they built that. Like no, they had. They had one of the refs get in the ring, like they were gonna award it to Charlotte because Becky can't compete anymore, and she was like, "No, the hell with that."
Oh wow!
And it was a great. I love the way that Rumble ended. It was fantastic storytelling and character building, and God, that place just went nuts.
It did.
That place went just ballistic, and
yeah. I was like, how are they gonna top this?
They're gonna follow it with Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles, which those guys put on great matches, but to me there's nothing electric about it.
Yeah.
Like there just never has been. And I'm gonna say something else a little while later that'll make some people mad in a similar vein. But like those two, like there's no doubt those two are two of the best on the entire roster. Without question. Bless you. But I don't know.
I thought I muted myself. I'm so sorry.
No, it's alright.
Jesus, I apologize. I thought I muted myself.
But, and they had the unenviable position of following, Becky winning the Rumble. Like, that was always going to be a tough spot. And then with Eric Rowan coming out to be how Daniel Bryan gets the win, it was a strange, like, weird finish that, okay, I'm sure they moved that story forward on SmackDown, but it was just odd and it felt out of place.
Yeah.
And I would have rather, and I'm going to say this and I'm going to say why. I would have rather them have put Lesnar and Balor in that slot.
Yeah.
Because the crowd was worn out. Yeah, the crowd was tired. But that match banged right out of the gate.
Oh, it really
Like,
did.
the second that bell rang, Balor went on the offense. And I think that would have picked the crowd right back up. I think they would have had to have gotten right back up for that.
Absolutely.
And I think that would have kept the energy going. I think they would have bounced that crowd back hard.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that finish.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of Balor was too quick to really get down. Like, he kept sneaking out of things, and he hurt Brock. I love that. He took away the midsection, and it made some of Brock's offense that much harder to do. So then Brock went back to the Kimura, which, when he first came back in 2012 or whenever it was, that was what he was using to make it look like he was actually breaking people's arms. Right. And it was brutal, and it was nasty, and I like that they went back to that. And I don't have a problem with Finn tapping out to that. Like, I don't think that...
We knew that was going to happen, but they put on a hell of a show.
Yeah, they did. They put on a great show. And it goes to show that when Brock wants to go, he can go.
Oh, yeah. Did you see the 24 after it?
Yeah, I did. And there's no context for that either.
There's none. He just goes, "You asshole." That's it. Yeah. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, why? I'm shocked they were allowed to keep that in.
But
they're like, you know what? It will sell. People want to watch this episode if they see that at the very beginning, because that's what they showed.
Yeah. And, okay, whatever. But, so, okay, fine. Brock retains in a good match. It wasn't great, but I like that, and it was short for like a Lesnar / marquee opponent match. I think he and Bryan went longer than this, I think. Yeah. But I was okay with it because it made sense.
There's a lot of Bryan running around.
That's true too.
Doing nothing. Yeah. That's also and getting his butt kicked forever.
Yeah. Yeah. No, so I'm okay with how this match went. I think it worked out all right. And then you got the men's Royal Rumble, which is where to me there were two problems. One of which is not going to be what you might think. Yeah. One of my problems is that here is where they decided to bring back a legend. And my God, I could have gone the rest of my life without seeing Jeff Jarrett again.
Yeah.
I just do not. I get it. I understand why and how. And okay, he doesn't look terrible in the ring, but I don't think this is necessary at all.
Oh, I was so like, this is. This is when. It's part like that where I don't want to show people wrestling.
Yeah, it's like this. Why? Why this? Just why?
No. It's like, no, this to get away from. So it's fun to have. I love to have fun, but that he did not look right.
No, no, and especially not in that old outfit. Like, just please, dear God, no.
It was too much. But
I mean, he and Elias, fine. Whatever. It's two guys who play guitar feuding because they're two guys who play guitar.
Right.
It brought Road Dogg out on Monday, so fine, whatever. Like,
I didn't see that. What happened on Monday?
Elias was in the ring and he's gonna do a song, and here comes Jeff Jarrett again, and Jeff's winding up to do his promo, and out comes Road Dogg, because he was the original. That's where Road Dogg came from. He was the roadie for Jeff Jarrett.
Right. They were a tag team.
Yeah, more or less, like a little less tag team.
The Road Dogg. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, I mean, and it was fine, and they both went out, and, Elias beat the crap out of both of them. So, I mean, because of course he did. Because Road Dogg and Jarrett are both, like, 85 years old.
Right.
And they're just not, they shouldn't be out there. Like, that's, I would have been fine with, like, Jarrett coming out and, like, getting into a promo off with Elias.
Right.
And then break a guitar over his head, and that be the end of it.
Right.
Like, I'm fine with that, but don't turn this into a thing, please, dear God, no.
Yeah, no.
And then we went through the Rumble, which was a fine Rumble.
I loved it.
Here's my thing. As it went on, I kept realizing that I don't really have an attachment to a lot of these superstars.
I love Johnny Gargano, or Johnny whatever.
Gargano. He was great. Like, I find very few actual faults with this Rumble. Yeah. Like, it was a good solid Rumble. And
There's so much talent, man.
And that's what's great. You got Johnny Wrestling. You got Aleister Black. Yes, please.
I was when I saw Nakamura, I was like, oh, it's so disappointing what they've done with him. And then But I love Big E.
Yeah.
Jinder, I was like, oh, I remember that guy.
Yeah,
he was in a band, I think.
Remember when he was WWE champion?
Yeah. Samoa Joe, I was like, oh yeah, they haven't done anything with him. Kurt Hawkins, okay.
I really love how they're trying to make sure people don't leave to go to AEW.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
That's why Hawkins and Ryder are a thing again.
Yeah, because you get Titus O'Neil even had his little bit like,
that was gonna be a thing anyway. Like they were not gonna not do that. There was no way. Like that was absolutely going to have to be a thing.
Well, and people are starting to try and get their gimmick now for the Rumble, and I like it. Like Kofi, obviously, what is he gonna do? He's gonna do 3 things now.
Yeah, like and then he's gonna be eliminated anyway.
Yeah, even Mustafa Ali had he eliminated a few people.
I like Mustafa Ali. I really liked him on 205 Live, and I love that he's getting a big feud with Samoa Joe. Like that's like they're pushing that, and that's awesome. And even when Ali was eliminated, I was okay with it. Because if you're gonna have number 30 come out and eliminate people and take a beating, let's be real. And it's not R-Truth, because R-Truth comes out and starts doing his what's up, and who comes out to wreck house? Nia Jax.
Yes.
And I was okay with that, because that made sense to me. She's a beast, and I don't mean that negatively. She is a monster, and she should be. She should have been booked that way. From then until now, she and Braun have the same problem, which is, at the beginning, they were unstoppable. They were absolute forces in nature. And then somewhere along the way, that got lost way too fast.
Well, the booking for Braun is what lost him. Yeah. They put him up against Brock how many times to just lose?
Yeah, that just didn't work. His feud with Roman was great because I get that.
Yeah.
Roman was
because Roman showed up. It wasn't every other month.
Yeah, no kidding. And they did like crazy backstage, awesome, brutal stuff.
For that first part of that year, for most of that year, it was nonstop Braun just going crazy and Roman right there with him. And you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Like, both of their credits, that was awesome. And then they just floundered. They didn't know what to do. Roman got the title, and then unfortunately he got leukemia, and they just were like, well, we got to put it back on Braun. On Brock.
Yeah.
And it just, he was lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
And unfortunately.
And that was tough for him. And
now you got Drew McIntyre coming up, and you got Seth they want to push, and so it was just like his time for them to push him is now he has to figure something out.
He needs to have a cooling off and come back as the monster again, and just say, just come back and say, you know what, I'm tired of this crap. He needs to come in what needs to happen is he needs to come in next year's Royal Rumble at number 30, where there's 12 people in the ring, and toss every single one of them over the top.
Yeah.
That's how
he knocked most people out of this one, I think.
Because nobody got a ton of eliminations. There wasn't a machine this year.
No, yeah. Braun knocked Andrade out, or...
Andrade, yeah.
Andrade, yeah. Apollo Crew. No, I'm sorry. Sheldon Benjamin, Baron Corbin, Jeff Hardy, Dolph Ziggler. He does like 5 people out.
And I think that was the most out of anybody, if that sounds about right. But hell, I mean, Nia Jax got an elimination. She tossed Ali over the top.
Yep.
And then, I loved the stare down like her and Randy.
It was great.
I loved that moment, and then here was the super kick, and everybody was just kind of like, oh, do we cheer for that? Like, there was a palpable pause in the audience of like, we're a little unsure about this.
She felt like one of the boys in there.
And here's the thing. And then, the 619, and she's still up, and then the RKO. And here's the thing. I know there are people mad, but here's the thing.
Man, she had fun.
That's the point.
It's a show.
The thing you have to remember is that it's fake. It is.
Yes.
As much as we say it's not, it is a show. It is entertainment. Everybody's in on the joke.
Yeah.
So they went out there and had fun. What it showcased was that Nia Jax is somebody who is capable of standing in that ring and taking it. In that ring. You could put her in a feud with somebody like Rey Mysterio, and she could realistically win a match and it not be considered a fluke.
Right, and I think context is everything with
Yes.
this, because they didn't just put her out there to be embarrassed or to get her ass beat. She dominated them.
She went in and cleaned up at first.
Yeah.
You know, like
Right,
it
right.
wasn't. You know, they didn't throw somebody out there to say to just say, well, you know, we get it. The WWE universe is mad because she broke Becky Lynch's face, which is part of it. Yes.
Man, I love that they're running with this though. Like that's
Yeah.
it's better than them making her just like just a joke and a clown, or just to be pushed to the bottom, to never be shown on TV again. Like, this is how you turn something that, this is how Stone Cold Steve Austin was made, just like Becky Lynch. Like it's these moments that are completely off the script.
Yeah.
Where things are changed at the last second, and now it's time for people to shine. That's what happened with Stone Cold. That's why he got where he was because of everything that happened at the Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, the curtain call. Like
the curtain call.
You know, Triple H was supposed to win King of the Ring that year, and instead it went to Austin. And you know, when that opportunity comes, what are you going to do with it?
Yeah, and Nia busting her face is the opportunity that both of them now have.
Yes.
To shine, and Becky's running with it. And hate Nia if you want to, but she's running with it as well.
Look, Chyna beat Jeff Jarrett of all people, if I remember right, to become Intercontinental Champion. Right. And this is back when wrestling was like it was like the quality of the match was not great. You could realistically, there is an argument to be made for putting Nia Jax in an Intercontinental or U.S. title picture.
Yeah.
There is a genuine argument that you could make to say this is not outside the realm of possibility.
Oh yeah.
Without and you know, people are gonna complain because they're looking at it out of context.
You can have Becky Lynch win the Universal Championship.
You could. There is a legitimate badassness that goes along with some of these characters. Like you could make the same argument about Charlotte.
Yeah.
There really is. You couldn't do that with everybody. I don't see Bayley being WWE champ.
No.
But there are select female superstars.
Who's the crazy NXT girl that now is on SmackDown?
Nikki Cross. I love Nikki Cross to death.
Yes, that girl. What is she? She's not NXT. She's not on SmackDown.
She's one of the call-ups. She's in that class like with Lacey Evans and EC3 in them.
Gotcha.
There was a magnificent chant at NXT when the night that Gargano came back and was revealed as the guy who attacked Aleister Black.
Yeah.
Black's in the ring and Ciampa's in the ring, and they're jaw-jacking about the NXT title. And Nikki's going around backstage ranting about she knows. She knows who it was, she knows what happened, and she won't tell anybody. She gets in the ring with Aleister Black and Tommaso Ciampa standing there. And she's starting to like do her crazy little bit, and she's going, I know. And then she like leans over and starts listening to the NXT title. And it's a great moment. It's a fantastic piece of character work. But the crowd at NXT sold this because they immediately started going, triple threat. And here's the thing: you could make that argument.
Yes.
You could absolutely. You could have Shayna Baszler challenge for the NXT Championship, and nobody would bat an eye.
Nope.
There is nothing stopping that at all.
Yep.
No way. And I think that is what's awesome. If you showed somebody just the last, 30 seconds or whatever of Nia being in the Rumble, people would freak out because they would have no sense of any of the context about it. If you gave it to them in the proper context with which it was intended and created and executed, I think they would look at that and go, yeah, you know what? Maybe still not crazy about it, but it makes more sense.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be a touchy subject, as well it should be, and it's something. And I think that is what would keep them honest. If this is a route they're going to go, they do have to be mindful of this, and I think it's only actually going to help. It's going to keep us from having, like Braun and Lana are not going to have a match.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna stop. It's gonna
Right.
keep anything just completely ridiculous like that from happening, because then that destroys everything about that. Then you can't do this at all. It has to be done smart. It has to be done right. But if it is, it could genuinely be something awesome.
Yeah.
You could easily have Nia or Charlotte or somebody be an Intercontinental champ. No question. There's no question.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. Oh man. Yeah.
Just not Tamina.
Just not Tamina. Yeah.
She just bores me. I'm sorry. Like she's a badass like the rest of them, but she's just boring to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Did you see Rusev? His tweet. He was like, he took she took Lana's place. That means she won it for Lana. Yeah, we're going to WrestleMania. So technically Lana won. Congrats, honey. I love you. We're going to WrestleMania.
It's not like baseball, man. You don't pinch hit here. It's not how this works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor Rusev.
Yeah. Yeah.
And poor Lana. She takes one bump off the apron like she's never been a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
And just,
Yeah. But, man, I don't know. I thought it was good. It's so predictable who won, though, with Seth.
And here is my second problem. I do not get excited about Seth Rollins.
I don't either.
It's the right choice. It's great. He'll go on to WrestleMania. He'll beat Brock. There will be peace in the valley. Fine.
I think it should have been Braun, but yes.
I agree, but especially once they announced like Cena's out and Braun's in, I was like, oh, well now maybe this could go a different way.
Right.
But I think people are tired of Braun Brock.
Yeah.
I think so. So it had to be Seth. And
I mean, who's excited for Seth?
Everybody apparently.
Well, come on.
I'm not. I'm
not either.
I'm not a Seth freaking Rollins guy. I'm not. I can't. It doesn't click with me.
See, I think they made the right decision by having Finn come in and win immediately. I want to see something like that happen again. Johnny should come in and win the championship. Once we get Brock out of this picture, then it's honestly anyone's game.
Yes, and that's why I'm fine with Seth winning, because they're going to build him up and build him up and build him up, and Brock will try to tear him down, and then he'll win at Mania, and it'll be great. It'll be a big moment, and I'm not excited about that. I am excited about what it means going forward.
Now, do you think Dean's really leaving, or do you think it's all a work?
I think he's leaving.
They never announced this stuff.
They have before. No, they have.
WrestleMania.
They have before.
No, who?
Yeah,
who they announced this far ahead of Mania?
I got to be honest
with
you.
Leaving.
The bit about it being around Mania is weird, but I have seen in the past instances of like this superstar has opted not to renew their contract.
But usually it happens like then, not this far ahead.
It is.
If it's true, why would you even put him on television right now?
To tie up some loose ends, to have Nia Jax kick his ass.
Like, I guess, but if your contract's up and you've literally that's it, why would we waste our time putting you on a show when we have all these other people who don't get a chance to be on the show?
Because they are still getting paid. So
I'm sorry, but if you have 30 other people in the back that are hungry to be shown on television and are not shown on television,
so then put them out there with him.
No. I'm just saying, if you're done, if that's it, then you are off the show. You're gone.
Yeah, but you're still getting paid. Like he's still under contract, so use him. I think you use him as a springboard for these other people.
I guess that far ahead, to me, especially as a watcher, why would I care about what he does or says? He's gone in a few months. We'll never see him on WWE again. So when I see stuff like that, I'm immediately like, no, that's a work, because
imagine if they'd ever done that with somebody who was trying to win the WWE Championship. Could you imagine if they had been like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view and I'm going to win the WWE Championship and my contract's going to expire and I'm going to leave through my hometown Chicago crowd.
But see, that was all work.
But here's the thing. If depending on whether or not it's a work is going to be what we see about this going forward.
Yeah, I think it's just setting up him and Triple H at Mania.
But why? Who cares?
Or him and Nia Jax, that'd be great.
Look, man.
have her squash him.
Like, I'm serious. Like, you could do that. Like, you could make that a competitive match, and people would absolutely believe it.
Yeah.
Like, people would look at that and say, yeah, you know what? I believe that she can go punch for punch with Dean Ambrose.
Oh, yeah.
No question.
I agree.
I believe it.
Now, if he really does leave, he's obviously going over to AEW, right?
I would have to imagine.
Yeah. He would be a huge get.
Oh, he'd be massive.
Yeah, he'd be massive.
And here's the thing. We know there have been a lot of people who've asked for a release and this and that, and WWE said no. In the recent few months, it's going to be interesting to see what happens when contracts expire. You know?
Sasha has been all over Twitter, like, take me with you. Like,
well, I mean,
it's pretty ballsy too. I'm like, whoa, you're still working for the WWE. You might want to relax.
And what has she done on the main roster since the last time she lost the Raw Women's Championship? What has she honestly done?
I think that's why they just gave her a title shot.
At
the Rumble.
And yeah, but let's be honest. What did that really do for Sasha Banks? Oh, she can compete with Ronda Rousey. I think she could beat Ronda Rousey, and so does everybody in the WWE universe. Mm-hmm. I don't think that actually helped her in any way. I don't think it did anything for her. Oh, she had a match at the Rumble.
No, I'm saying I think they think that. That's why they did that.
That's fair.
Yeah. But I'm not saying it did. I'm just saying that's their idea.
Yeah. But I mean, we're going to see when people's contracts start expiring. Mm-hmm. How many of them are going to re-sign? Because here's the thing, and I forget who it was. I don't know. It might have been Kevin Nash who I heard talk about this once. Talking about the difference in mindset. The old talent, they wanted the money so they could spend it. So if whoever cut them the biggest contract, that was where they went. People with this generation, they're saving their money. Like, they've got a decent house. They've got something nice, but they can afford it. They've got money set aside. They're not living that 80s, 90s party all the time lifestyle. Right. So the big money contract is not the main attraction for them anymore.
Right.
So it's a whole different business world now.
Right.
So I think that's why AJ's biggest thing isn't the money, it's the time off.
Yeah.
And of course they're going to give that to him. He's AJ Styles. Right. You keep AJ Styles regardless of what it takes. Like, that's a no-brainer.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, keep AJ Styles. Keep him happy.
Yeah.
Obviously, people like Johnny and Ricochet and those coming up, Aleister Black, like those are the future.
And I'm telling you, man, because Takeover was awesome.
Ciampa, Takeover's usually the better show.
Yeah, and it was kind of neck and neck this year.
I agree. Well, Rumble always gets a bump for me because that is just always fun.
It's the Rumble. Yeah, I mean that's fair.
To me, it's more exciting sometimes than WrestleMania.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I mean, because Takeover this was a good Takeover. It wasn't the best.
Oh no! But comparative.
Yeah, no kidding. When you say
leagues above what the main shows have been doing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like when you say this wasn't an excellent Takeover. It was pretty good. That's still so far above.
Can we talk about Johnny's gear?
God bless Johnny.
And how it was Phoenix, Arizona.
Yes.
And his character.
Yes.
Rising from the... Oh my God, it's so good.
Like a dark Phoenix, in a way.
Like a dark Phoenix, exactly.
I'm sorry. Him, he and Ricochet, match of the night, argue, and an early match of the year contender. I know people say that all the time, but it was, because holy crap, that match was good.
It's so good, and I love, what's his name? Max Landis' Instagram, when he's watching him, he's the bad guy. He thinks he's doing good, but he's the bad guy.
Yeah, kind of like Max Landis himself.
Yeah, it's exactly. Hey, he's a terrible person, but he's dead right about wrestling. It's so ridiculous, and it's that kind of storytelling that's not said.
Yeah, you just
see, and you're just like, that's perfect.
And to see him resort to Ciampa's tactics to win the title, and then to see Ciampa later on in the night mirror those tactics.
Yes.
I was like, that's how you tell this story. And then, Ciampa's match was great, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't the NXT title match was a slower build. It took longer to get there. But once it did, man, because at the beginning, like the first like 10 minutes, it felt like I was just kind of not there. Like I was like, I get it, they're great, they're telling a more technical kind of story, that's fine, but this isn't quite what NXT does, and I felt a little disconnect. And then as it started to kick into gear, I was like, okay, I get why they did what they did to get to here. It makes sense.
Right.
And then they went at it, and it was great. And then Ciampa goes up, and he's standing at the top of the ramp, and here comes Gargano. And what's he gonna do? Is he gonna take a swing? What's this gonna be? Oh no, they're each going to hold up their own titles. DIY now has different gold, but it's their own gold.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, man, give them the tag titles too. Let them run with all the gold. Let this be the year. Let this be that year. Like I'd love that. That would be crazy.
Well, okay, so they both now have the NXT Championship and the North American Championship, right?
Yes.
So are they not leading to them two at Mania Takeover?
I don't think so. I think this.
No.
I think this runs. I still think that this feud has legs. I think you give them another year of like Johnny turning to the dark side, and that, the rift, but and that causing tension with him and Candace, and do whatever you want with that storyline. But Johnny, I want to see Johnny go dark. I want to see I want to see him and Ciampa have a tag team title run as like evil DIY. And then I want to see Johnny lose the North American title, and Ciampa gets on his case. This and that. Not yelling at him, "You're lazy, you're awful," but just you didn't go far enough. You didn't do everything you needed to. Where was Johnny Badass? What happened out there? So the next time they defend the tag titles, and Johnny just goes nuts, like Johnny goes full on around the bend. And that's when he realizes what he's done.
Yeah.
I want that to be the moment where Tommaso Ciampa would be the absolute most proud of him. He finally understands, holy crap, like this can't happen. Or have that be a moment of like absolute triumph, and then the next takeover, they lose their titles because he has that revelation at the end of the match. Oh my God, what am I doing? What have I done? And it just all hits him like a ton of bricks. Bang. Whoever, whatever tag team's hot at the time. Could be the Street Profits for all I care. I love the Street Profits. They're fun. I like them. But whoever it is, pin Gargano to win the tag titles. And he just has that complete crisis. And Candace comes out to him, and Ciampa's giving him crap. And Johnny he gets up, and he's like, you can see it in his face. He has finally come around to the right side of thinking, and just drops Ciampa, setting up the WrestleMania takeover for next year, where finally he wins the big one. He puts Ciampa to bed. He's NXT champ.
Yeah.
I that's the way I would book it. It's a long way out, and it puts the belt on Ciampa for a very long time. But
I was going to say, do you think they keep them in NXT for that long? I hope they do, because I love them in NXT, and I think they would be just lost in the sauce on the main show.
I think that I think that telling this story is what is more important than calling them up to the main roster. I think on the main roster, agree. This story gets completely lost.
Yeah.
I think that you have to tell this story the whole way out. It has to make its way to the end.
Yeah.
You could even argue, if you didn't want to keep the NXT title on Ciampa that long, have Ciampa lose the NXT title before Gargano loses the North American title. They're both still tag champs and whatever, blah, blah, blah. But that's what pushes Ciampa to push Johnny even further.
Yeah.
Johnny, he has that self-doubt kind of thing of like, I don't think I can be, like, I don't think I can go that far. Like, it doesn't seem right. And then he loses the North American title, and that's when he snaps. And so now you have full heel Johnny joining Ciampa, and they're defending the tag titles, and they go on an absolute tear until, again, you get to that moment where Johnny realizes he's gone too far. Loses the match, they lose the titles. And you, because I don't even know if that story really needs a title to be told.
Like, I agree. That doesn't need a title.
I would like to see, the only reason that I would keep that on Ciampa is because it does sweeten the pot. It's a double victory for Johnny.
Right.
Because he does want that NXT title. He does kind of need to win that. He has to be NXT champ before he leaves NXT.
Yeah.
So I think that if you do that, and you have, he finally puts Ciampa to rest and he wins the NXT title. Ciampa gets called up the Raw after Mania, and now it's Johnny NXT, the reigning rightful NXT champ.
Right.
Back to how he used to be. Like, I think that's how you tell that story.
Yeah, man, I agree. Book it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. I need to watch more NXT because the takeovers are literally the best.
Oh, don't sleep on the weekly shows, man. They're so good.
I know, I need to.
They put on, like, that's where you see guys like the Street Profits, who are just energy. They're just fun. They're goofy as hell, and I love them to death. But
that's great. Well, hey, it's getting late. We are getting out of here. We hope you're staying warm and staying safe out there. We will see you guys next week. And yeah, man, we got some anime to watch.
Yeah, we do. We decided on My Hero, right?
Yeah, My Hero Academia. And I don't know how we're gonna, like, we're gonna watch a few episodes and then talk about it, or are we gonna watch the whole season? We gotta break it up, right?
Well, because I mean, what's a season? How long's a season? It's not terribly long, is it?
It's not terribly long.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because it's only, the standard, like, 22 minutes or whatever length, right? It's not.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'm not sure how long. Let's see here. I think there's like.
Because if it's
there.
What is it? What you got?
Hold on. I think there's like 20 episodes.
I think we could do that.
Yeah. So you think you could do that by the time we talk next week, or?
Well, I'll tell you what. Did you want to?
11 in the first season.
There's 11 in the first season. Well, hell,
yes.
I can do that in a week.
Yeah.
I can do that.
So we'll come back.
I can do that in a couple hours.
Absolutely, yeah. So we'll do that. We'll watch the first season of My Hero Academia, and we'll come back and talk about it, man. I'm excited. I want to dive into this. And yeah, man, I want to do more stuff like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys next week. Again, you can go to our YouTube, We Geek Podcast, Twitter at We Geek Podcast, at the Logan Witt, at Adam Estep, our Gmail, We Geek Podcast at gmail.com, our Facebook group, We Geek Podcast. Yeah, just check us out everywhere. Spotify, you name it. Apple Podcast, Android, Google Podcast. We're everywhere now. And yeah, next week, I mean, I'll probably have Bumblebee underneath be able to see that. I want to play some Kingdom Hearts. We'll have some stuff to talk about next week.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh yeah, man. All right, we'll see you guys later, Captain.